Hey, we're live. There are many other people coming, some from off frame and some from outside, but it's me right now. Hello, how are you all? I've been making hearts. Oh, I'm gonna need tape. Because I'm hoping that I can put your lovely names on the walls when you back, idiot tail. This light is so bright. How y'all doing? Okay. We're doing this in YouTube. This is my first time doing a YouTube live stream. I mean, not being on one, but hosting one. So I'm just catching up with, I have heard that the comments go real fast. So, but, oh, I can scroll up though. So, okay. Hi, you're excited. Me too. Oh, you guys are all just chatting with each other. Aren't you cute? Are you all friends? Yes, where are you all around the world? 10 a.m., 11 p.m.? Wow, very different places than here, huh? Well, thank you so much for joining us from your respective country, because you are clearly in other countries. You got here early to watch before your lecture. Thanks, Holly. Because it's tomorrow where you are, right? So you have Monday things to do. Hi. It's 5 p.m. here in Michigan. Oh, that's right. Michigan is on Eastern time, even though you're kind of middle-ish. Isn't that funny? Because it's much closer to Chicago, which is only 4 p.m. Why is that? It's April Fool's for you. Well, it's not April Fool's here, and we will have no jokes today. Absolutely no jokes, no laughter, no fun. Oh, that mythical place, Central California. I'm familiar with Central California because I drive through it when I'm going to Northern California, which is where I'm from. I have no reason to stop in Central California. You're in Florida. 7 a.m. in Australia. Wait, then where? Someone said 10 a.m. Where is it? Where are you that's 10 a.m.? Because isn't that the middle of the ocean? Is that New Zealand? How many time zones are in Australia? I don't know. Oh, that makes me feel so ignorant. Oh, US only has 3. I mean, more if you count Hawaii and Alaska, but they're pretty far away. You're crying? Are you crying because I'm so not good at knowing geography, or because you're just so happy to be here? New Zealand is 10 a.m. Okay. That makes sense. Australia's a big country, right? So from one coast to the other would probably be like US-ish in terms of. You're at Anastasia. Oh, Anastasia's. Oh, is Anastasia closing? I have worked with the director of Anastasia, Darko Tresniak. Worked with him in several shows when I was at the Old Globe doing Shakespeare, which is, you know, kind of related to what we're talking about today. I'm also gonna, well, I probably have enough parts for today. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, you never got to see it. Well, here's the thing. I can't say that I'm for it because it's illegal, but and violates the actors' unions. But I'm sure that you can find it on YouTube. Anastasia is still on in Germany. Yeah, I bet Anastasia will tour the country. I mean, not the country, the world. There's 4 time zones in Australia. I was about to say that's more than the US, but again, I have just completely forgotten to include Hawaii and Alaska in that. So I don't think we have anyone joining us from Hawaii or Alaska. Hawaii is 3 hours earlier than California, I think. And Alaska could be anything. I don't know. I really don't know anything about Alaska. The US tour is happening right now. I had a friend audition for Anastasia on Broadway. She was very sad she didn't get it, but she does many other Broadway things, so she's fine. She would be a great Anna, though. So today we're going to, of course, be talking about Idiot Tale. Well, a tale told by an idiot, #IdiotTale. We will be shouting out backers who have already backed us. If you back during the Kickstarter, I will put your name on the wall in a colorful heart. And something I need to grab, but it's off camera right now, is I have this book that is, well, you kind of just have to see it. It's amazing. Prop Flying In. Thank you so much. My brother gave me this. Thou Bleeny Swag-Bellied Miscreant. It's create your own Shakespeare insults, and it has just sections. You just open it up. So I just opened up weedy, shrill gorged bandog, weedy, shrill text, and so many options. So if you back or up your pledge today, you get a custom Shakespeare insult just for you. But that also means that I have to follow along on, sorry, I'm looking at my phone because I got Kickstarter up. I have the app. Because the one good thing, turns out you guys told me that the Kickstarter live streaming worked very badly, which is why they're getting rid of it. But the nice thing about doing it was that it would pop up anytime anyone raised their pledge or pledged. And so I knew. And now I just have to do multiple things, which is fine. I'm allowed. Ashley, you're lagging. It's not me, Gabby. It's the internet, which could be my internet, could be your internet. I can't say. If everyone says I'm lagging, then it's my internet, which is possible because I don't have great internet. I have the fastest internet that this building can provide, which is not great. Not great. Okay, so it's my internet, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I understand, Maitland, but maybe tell a friend. It's funny, like with social media stuff, I can see the demographics of who sees things. And so I know that a lot of people are teenagers and may not have credit cards. And I understand. And all I ask is that you go ask your parents for money. I'm kidding. Oh my goodness, people are pledging and thank you, Paul. Can you give me some tape? Lovely assistant off camera who will eventually be coming on camera. Paul, thank you. Paul. Is it backwards for you guys or just me? It's probably the right way for you guys. Paul. Thank you. And I also can't tell when this pledge came in. So, Krista. Thank you, Krista. Krista. Wish I had prettier handwriting, but I don't. And we live in the world that we live in. So, Krista, thank you so much for supporting. Get ready for a pic. I'm putting you on my Insta. Okay, I mean, I'm camera ready, Madeline. Maitland, I'm camera ready. So, you are physically in real life lagging. Thank you so much. Oh, it was a bad joke. Okay. I think that I am that Paul. Well, hi. Thank you so much. You just have to pledge. I will get, and I just got an email about it. Fantastic. Wait, I have also missed Emily. Oh, wait, and you all hold the phone. I'll get there. Paul. You. Hedgeborn, dull-eyed varlet. You, hedgeborn, dull-eyed varlet. I'm not making this up. And Krista, you reeky bait breeding bugbear. You reeky bait breeding bugbear. Very Shakespearean. And then Emily. Emily. Lovely Emily. Lovely Emily. You saucy, hell-hated enchantress. You saucy, hell-hated enchantress. I mean, that Shakespeare guy, he could write, huh? Gabby upped her pledge. Thank you so much, Gabby. You've been so supportive. I see you. Gabby, you, curlish, bacon-fed scut. You currish. I'm so sorry, I said that wrong. Currish. I don't know what that word means. I don't know what most of these words mean. Currish, bacon-fed scut. I don't even think that sounds bad. I'd love to be bacon-fed. And I don't know what a scut is or what currish is. I have Shakespeare dictionaries. I have the lexicons on my nerdy bookshelf of theater things, but I'm not going to look up what every insult means unless you really want me to. Was that varlet, sense 1 or sense 2? Well, open to interpretation, isn't it? Wait, is that an insult? Because saucy highlighted in trenches is my whole aesthetic. Look, the book speaks for itself or something. The book does its work. Georgie May, thank you so much, Georgie May. Do you like how everyone who said they were going to be here has abandoned me? People are coming. I have friends. I definitely have friends. Georgie May, you barbarous, frosty-spirited codpiece. I do know what a codpiece is. You barbarous, frosty-spirited codpiece. Thank you so much. Oh, look how pretty the wall looks. This little rainbow of love. Can you put a link in the chat, please? A link to what? The Kickstarter? That would probably be smart. Spelled that wrong. Hang on. That is the link. And then can I do something crazy like pin it? No. It's just there. Great. There you go. There's a link. And if that doesn't autofill, if the bit.ly link isn't good, and have this one. There you go. That's just clickable. Hi, Marissa. I say hi, friends. Yes, I'm a big Crazy Ex-Girlfriend fan. It is a wonderful show. Just keeping up with all these. Just keeping up with all the perks. Hi. It's in the description of the video too. See, I did something. I planned this. I scheduled this days ago and I apparently actually filled something in. Thank you, Maitland. I appreciate that. I hope I'm saying your name right. Thank you. What are you excited about this project, Mela? Oh my God, you told me a story about that when we met in like 2016. Wait, a story about what? Where did we meet? Stop, I'm gonna start crying over. I know. I haven't seen this week's Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. Please no spoilers. Oh, thank you, Janelle. Oh, you increased your pledge. Thank you so much. 2 L's. Hey, Will's here. I'm buzzing him in. Fun fact, my cat is afraid of other people. She comes around quickly, but she's afraid of door knocking, and she has now learned that that's the ringtone that only rings if someone is buzzing into the building, and she's afraid of it. So if that sound happens, she runs away. Janelle, I'm not going to say that one. I'm going to flip again. You loutish, onion-eyed bloodsucker. Ooh, like a vampire. Loutish, onion-eyed bloodsucker. That's great. That's great.
Greetings.
Hello.
Hello.
Look who's here.
Hello.
Co-creator, co-writer, co-star, Brendan A. Bradley. This door is locked.
It's like Mr. Rogers' house. Come on in, neighbor.
Welcome to our madness.
Now that the three of us are met,
Hello.
Yes.
I've created this thing that should be able to allow us to track multiple things while we're live.
Oh, you're just showing them the ring light.
You're welcome. It's the darkest corner of the apartment.
Snapping a ring light is great.
But I don't know if it will interrupt this stream. So I just wanted to give a heads up that if we feel good about this, we can try to go live here, and then I'll just swap it.
So we're being experimental even in
We're
the
being
live stream.
experimental.
Ooh.
My question is if it's going to be the same link because I've posted it all over the internet.
I mean, we have a stream key is the only thing it'll allow me to put in. So look, it's either going to work or it won't.
Fantastic.
And then we'll just resume this if it doesn't work. So we'll just do it here in real time. Everyone, thank you for your patience, your support. Technology, how exciting for everyone. I'm hitting OK, and I'm going to say start streaming. And this is going live somewhere in the world. Who's to say, really? We're not sure, but that is that's the ultimate thing.
So
Did it work?
over
Oh.
there, what you're seeing is
Is the computer? No,
no, we're seeing it lag.
we're seeing it lag. Cool.
But so you were seeing this live stream.
Yes.
I don't know. Are you guys still there? I guess is the question.
Greetings, greetings.
Is anyone still there?
Just pledged. Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you, Ryan and Lily. I have some things to do to write.
Some names to write.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan. Thank you, Ryan. You beastly flap-eared hedge pig.
That's a good one.
Beastly flap-eared hedge pig. Everyone's still here. Yes, look. Hi, Will, Joe, and Brendan.
Hey, internet.
I bet your parents never thought you'd be called Will Joe.
They thought I'd be Joseph forever.
Forever.
They were
They
wrong.
They were wrong.
Thank you, Ryan, you beastly flap-eared hedge
Thanks,
pig.
Ryan.
Uh,
Can you reach?
you might become my long-armed.
Thanks, Paul, Gabby, Krista, Georgie May, Emily, and Janelle.
And Lily. Lily increased her pledge. Thank you so much.
Lily, thanks.
Lily, you goatish, deformed bung.
Is this how you get? Is this how we encourage people?
Is this how we talk to our friends?
I think it's funny.
I have a mug with Shakespearean insults on it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen that. I mean,
This is fun though. This is like
isn't this so fun? My
yeah,
brother gave
yeah.
this to me years ago, and I feel like I've had this forever,
Oh,
but the
really?
copyright says 2014, so
No, it's not that long.
don't. I think someone I knew in high school had something similar, but it couldn't have been the same one.
I have
don't
one
know.
that's similar. It's not Shakespeare, but I use it in my screenwriting courses. It generates. It's like a story generator, like a log line generator.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
so it gives you like
seen-
a character, a
Uh-huh,
problem, and like the
I've
stakes
seen-
of the.
A
I've seen
detective
stuff
is
like
out
that.
of fish
Exactly.
in San Francisco,
Uh-huh.
and now you write something from that.
Exactly. It's like
That's
That's
a
the next
really
project.
good
It's so
story
spoiler alert
prompt.
for you guys. That's the big reveal at the end of A Tale Told by an Idiot.
Going up
It's
to
all
San
a
Francisco
detective.
with
Deformed
fish.
and
The fish in San Francisco.
Lily Bacon Darwin. Did you enjoy that? Did you? They're not wrong. Did we cover that previous pledges are not getting hearts? I'm fine with that. We are up people who pledge during the live stream and upping pledges. I'm giving hearts and insults to. I am deeply grateful that you pledged.
Mhm.
And I will shout your name to the heavens in gratitude. But if I tried to put every backer on the wall right now, that's the whole wall.
And the whole live stream.
And the whole live stream.
That's what we're doing today.
And I don't know if honestly, well, no, I don't think there's enough insults in here for them. So, so it's a special treat for those of you who've joined our live stream. You can increase by just $1.
Oh, okay, that was going to be my question. Can we just do like $1?
Oh yeah, of
Nice,
course,
okay.
of
$1.
course.
So it is a separate live stream that's happening.
So you've created
So we have
two
two.
live
I
streams.
created a
Ooh.
secondary live stream, which
On
is
my
probably
channel.
great for our bandwidth.
Yeah,
There's no one there, which is the great news.
great. So stick with.
So should I just shut this down?
Yeah, I think maybe
Well, that's
next
sad.
time we'll try. Now that you've
Well,
learned how to do
It was nice
that.
to do work, and I don't have enough of it.
But also, you not be playing me back,
You don't want to watch
Walking away?
what happened?
Goodbye,
Like,
brother.
and then he goes away again. Going on Instagram, obviously. I could. I posted this link on Instagram. So, how are you?
I'm good. The Rays won today.
Oh,
Baseball.
that's a sport.
Sports
Actually,
thing. It's the only sport that I really follow.
Baseball is the only sport that I wouldn't say follow, understand.
Did you grow up a Giants or A's fan, being from
I
the
grew
Bay
up
Area?
in a Giants household. Yeah, I'm of the 415 area code side of the Bay.
Did you go to games?
I did. I grew up in a big baseball family.
Okay.
And my brother played Little League, and
You didn't play Little League?
I played off in the bushes while he was doing that with the other little sisters. Thank you, Mayla.
Mela. What?
I'm just
Mela? Where's that one?
here.
Oh, Mela. Okay.
I mean,
That's
am
a
I
cool
saying your name right?
Mila? Mela?
Yeah, it could be Mila. It could be Myla. I mean, we're just dumb Americans. So thank you so much. You want a heart? You get a heart.
What's that actress's name from It Follows? Micah. It's like It's like this, but with a K instead of an L.
Okay. Myla, Mayla, both work. Come on, you get to have a say. You knavish, clay-brained pig nut.
Pig nut.
Does that mean what I think it means?
No, I think it might be like nuts that you feed to pigs.
Like an acorn?
Something like
They love acorns.
That sounds like.
Or is it pig nut?
I'm gonna.
You
I'm
knavish,
gonna
clay-brained
assume it's acorn.
acorn pig nut?
Before they named the acorn, and it was just the pig nut because they
love them so much.
Pigs.
I have seen enough shows about cooking to know that pigs love acorns.
Really? They talk about that?
Yes, on some of them.
Does it give the ham a different flavor?
Or
pork or whatever?
Well, they like feed. Have you guys watched Salt, Fat, Acid, Heat?
Yes, I love
right.
it.
So in that, they were feeding the acorns to the
Oh, you're
special
right.
pigs.
Uh-huh.
That were like the sweetest, best pigs.
Most delicious pigs.
The most delicious, loved, happy life, gently rocked to their final end pigs that are delicious. Holly, you beggarly, prattling cut purse.
That's good.
Yeah. I know part of me wants to pull the lexicons off.
Cut purse is a pickpocket, right?
Oh, I don't know.
I believe.
That's what I'm saying. It's like I actually have the lexicons, and we
All the
can
things
look up
from
what all of these
my undergrad
mean.
studies are coming back. These little words. Cut purse, I believe, is a pickpocket. Someone who would
I think that
cut
makes
your purse
sense.
and take. I think.
Well, you're a beggarly, prattling cut purse. Makes sense if you're beggarly that you would need to be a cut purse. And the prattling, well, you just keep talking. Sophie, you couldn't resist, huh? Thank
Thanks,
you so
Sophie.
much. Sophie.
What's going on out there?
Just my neighbors. Sophie, you milk-livered, soused giglot. Giglot? I don't know what that is at all. Milk-livered, I think, means cowardly because your liver. What's ironic about this is that milk-livered, I think, means that you have a weak liver, that you like you're a baby, right?
Oh, interesting.
Because you've been drinking milk, not booze.
Instead,
But then the next one is souse, which
so you're
means
also
drunk.
drinking booze.
Or milk drunk. You're just a big baby and a giglot.
Giglot.
Milk-livered soused
I
giglot.
don't know giglot.
I'm gonna have to grab the lexicon.
Giglot.
We're just gonna have to look this up.
I know.
You did submit a request to be a carbuncle. Well, I'm happy to call you a milk-livered soused carbuncle if that makes you feel better. Hold down the fort. I'm getting a lexicon.
How many hearts did you cut? These are hand cut hearts, everyone. This is we have a lot of hand cut hearts. Did you cut these yourself?
I did
These are
with my hands
Ashley Clements
and
originals.
scissors.
And talent.
Um,
Craft talent. You've done craft stations, I assume.
I have. I did it.
What was your
I did a
craft?
pretty popular craft station. We made some flowers.
Oh, okay. You made flowers, like craft flowers, like
We
paper
made them
flowers?
out of paper and paper straws. Okay, this is the.
Oh, okay. Shakespeare lexicon.
What's funny is that they're two different books. I mean, really, because I think
Is
of
there
the
so
size,
many words?
but
Does this
it's
only go through
alphabetical.
J?
Yes,
Okay,
but so if
yeah.
you only bought one lexicon, then you only have half
So
of
dust
the.
coming off these things. We haven't broken these out in a while. huh?
It's true. It's true. But I really want to know what a giglot is because I don't know what play that's from. This will also tell me all the plays. that
That's
it's
great.
in.
I have not seen these.
Oh,
books.
they're
This is
great because
cool.
it tells you every play. Because sometimes words mean different things in different plays. So giglet or giglot. Oh, it's a lewd woman,
Ooh.
and it is used in both measure
Uh-huh.
for measure and cymbeline. But see, in measure for measure, it means a lewd woman, and in cymbeline, it means a wench,
Mm.
which are similar.
These are very handy.
Oh yeah, no, my big
Sure.
grad school Shakespeare nerd version is why I have that. I just want to make sure I'm milk livered but not soused. Big baby, very accurate. Yes, tall toddler, me too. This is amazing. Oh, I'm so glad you enjoyed this. You guys are taking iconic stories and modernizing them. I think it's an amazing way to introduce the new generation to amazing works of literature. Thank you so much. Oh yeah, these are the Shakespeare lexicons.
Shakespeare Lexicon.
You
Volume
can buy
1 and 2.
them. I don't know where in
Probably
stores.
Amazon,
I'm
right?
sure Amazon has them, but I
Barnes
definitely,
Noble, maybe.
I've definitely had them longer than no, I guess Amazon started as books, so I may have gotten them on Amazon, but it was before.
If you're in college, probably your college bookstore. Seems
Oh
like
my
that
gosh,
kind of
these
thing.
are
They're
so dusty.
Super dusty.
I finally shelled out for them in grad school because
These are nice.
we were doing so much Shakespeare. Like, it's it's very helpful.
I like
Yes, the magazine flowers. Well, I guess people have continued to watch that. I'm like, how could you possibly remember? It was so long ago.
Have you
there's
done
a-
one?
What?
Craft Versations?
Yes, he
I have.
has.
What did you make?
We paint by number,
Oh.
and I suggested we
Mm.
switch the
Oh.
paint for each of our number things.
Mm.
And Mary Kate humored me for one, and then we went to the real way,
Back.
the correct way for
Yes.
number two.
Fair. I wanted to do in my episode tattoos on each other, like
Oh, I
actual,
like that. Like actual tattoos.
tattoos.
Like bring over a tattoo gun.
Yeah.
Mm.
She was not.
Do you have access to said tattoo
Emma,
gun?
Amazon.
thank you so
Oh,
much.
Nice quality.
Right.
Yeah. Like an Amazon Basics tattoo
Uh-huh,
gun.
uh-huh.
Great.
Yeah, the good stuff. Then return it when we're done.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you, Emma.
Thanks, Emma.
Emma, you bootless,
Bootless.
logger-headed,
Logger-headed.
canker blossom.
Canker blossom.
That's a classic.
Bootless,
Canker blossom.
logger-headed canker blossom. Emma.
Thanks, Emma.
Sorry about your boots or lack thereof.
Yes, you are bootless.
Bootless.
Don't cover my heart.
It's not covering your hearts.
Oh.
I'm to the side of it. Adjacent to hearts. Heart adjacent.
And then I don't know. Now I just feel like if we're
Logger-headed makes me
if we're
think
nerding
like
out.
someone who's a logger, who's like cutting down trees.
Well, but also I think
were they
like
notoriously stupid?
your head
Or
is
you get hit by logs a lot?
Probably.
possibly.
Bootless, like if you can let someone take your shoes, that's not a good thing.
I think that means like poor.
I think that's an elitist.
Oh, okay.
We can't afford boots.
I thought the boots were stolen, giving you the benefit of the doubt.
I just wanted to check on canker blossom, and I'll have you know it is a blossom eaten by a canker.
Oh, great. Solve that one.
And it's from a sonnet.
So it means you're
Oh.
digestible.
Yeah.
It's from sonnet
Edible.
45. Bootless. That's what I just have to keep an eye on.
We have a group chat for this live now. Is that like a private group chat?
Yeah, or do you mean that we're all group chatting, or do you mean that you're group chatting about us? Bootless is used in many plays. Unavailing, useless.
Useless.
Mm.
I mean, is there anything worse to be called than useless? And logger-headed.
What
Not
is this book called?
keep my place.
Now, Spleeny Swag Bellied Mystery.
Spleeny.
Yeah.
Create your own Shakespeare insults. This is
Yeah.
super fun
Um,
for all of you curious.
logger-headed, block-headed. Yeah. So there you go. Literally every time. Oh, you guys. You're friends. So trying memories of Macbeth. I mean,
Bye, Gwen or Jen. Jen.
join us when you can. And also, I didn't lie about Joey Richter being here. He's coming.
We will be here.
You guys don't see him? He's just a
right
figment
here.
of all of
right
our
off the
imagination.
screen
We
over
should
here.
consider how we'll fit him in when he comes.
This is Joey. He's just patting me on the back real fast. No, he's coming. previously
He is
engaged.
coming. Does this thing tell me how many people are here? Yes. Hello. There you are. And we're 30 minutes in. Favorite Shakespeare sonnet? Ooh. Now I want to run and get my Riverside.
Sonnet book?
Possibly.
I don't
Because-
have any of them memorized or.
I used to. It's just been a long time since I've had to like perform a sonnet.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think at one point I had like half of them memorized.
Mhm. They're
That
fun.
was a
What I
requirement.
remember of being so fun about them is that, all of Shakespeare's plays were intended to be spoken out loud, not to be read. The sonnets were intended
Right.
to be read.
Right.
It's like his only writing that was supposed to be distributed
Or
and read.
her,
Or
the Duchess.
who knows?
Sonnets.
They ever solve that one?
I read a very compelling argument about
That
this,
it was
this Duchess,
Duchess.
that would have checked all the boxes.
One of my favorites, I want to find the one that I used to like to perform because it's so dark. Here it is. 147.
Circle.
Would you like to hear it? Yeah, I've had this book since high
A
school.
dramatic interpretation,
Yeah.
reading.
Guys, I've had this book
From the
since high
Riverside.
school.
That.
My name written on this.
So no one would steal it because they'd make off quick.
We all
like
had
hiding
one
that.
in AP English, actually.
Really?
Yes. I went to
School.
private school. My love is my love is as a fever, longing still for that which longer nurseth the disease, feeding on that which doth preserve the ill, the uncertain sickly appetite to please. My reason, the physician to my love, angry that his prescriptions are not kept, hath left me, and I desperate now approve desire is death, which physic did accept. Past cure I am, now reason is past care, and frantic mad with evermore unrest. My thoughts and my discourse as madmen's are, at random from the truth vainly expressed. For I have sworn thee fair and thought thee bright, who art as black as hell, as dark as night.
Yes.
It makes so much sense that I liked that as a
Yes.
teenager because it was like, I'm sick with love for you, but you suck. You want to pick a song?
It's Shakespeare emo.
Yes, it's very good for the teenagers.
It's 142, I believe.
Which is not to say that any of you aren't wonderful whole people as teenagers. I am making fun of myself as a teenager who was a bit swoony. Nothing wrong with being a bit swoony. I suppose I'm still a bit swoony, just in different ways. Aga,
Swoony for Aga.
I am swoony for Aga. Aga, you cankered, folly fallen, Popinjay.
Popinjay.
I will definitely have to look up Popinjay and find out why it's such a bad thing because that sounds fine to me. I'd be a Popinjay. What's wrong with that?
This is lovely.
Now we're just like you guys. We're such Shakespeare nerds. You don't even
Just
know.
falling down the.
You don't even know.
Well, there's notes in some of these.
Oh, again, had this since high school.
99 is really broken down
So, yeah, it was
what things
probably.
mean.
I mean, look, I've had to perform a number of them. I've had to write papers on a few. Yes, cankered, folly, fallen, Popinjay, and now we're looking at Popinjay.
I asked someone out in high school by referring them to a sonnet. Like,
Oh, yeah?
I think I used the sonnet as that kind of
That's a
proposition.
good move.
It worked.
Sure.
Are you talking about your girlfriend?
No.
Okay.
Previous.
Oh.
Oh, tyrant muse.
No, I asked Alex out on AIM.
Yes.
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 Yes, you did. A Popinjay is a parrot.
There's some hearts around some of the sonnets.
You
Ooh.
guys, I was in high school. That was my interpretation of what that means.
Don't miss me when I'm gone because I love you too much to cause you pain.
Aw.
Thank you for reading the things I wrote when I was
It's the
17.
interpretation of number 71.
Thank you for sharing that.
No longer mourn for me when I am dead. Then you shall hear the surly sullen bell. Give warning to the world that I am fled from this vile world with vilest worms to dwell. Nay, if you read this line, remember not the hand that writ it, for I love you so, that I and your sweet thoughts would be forgot, if thinking on me then should make you woe. Oh, if I say you look upon this verse, when I, perhaps, compounded him with clay, do not so much as my poor name rehearse, but let me love you even with my life decay. Lest the wise world should look into your moan, and mock you with me, after I am gone.
That's a stretch.
Some pronunciations of words have changed. I had to write a sonnet
Ooh,
in-
that's hard.
in AP English, I think. So around 17-ish. And I wonder if I have it. If we get to, well, I should find out if I have it before I promise to read it aloud. Let me just check. Of course, we're doing this on my computer, so now I just have to.
If we make $1 million, we will go back in time and find the sonnet.
No, but I've kept a bizarre amount of like old things that I wrote.
Excellent.
Poetry. Here's a file called Poetry.
Ooh, go into the folder labeled Teen Angst.
Yeah, I bet it's and there I found it. See, I have
so
it.
we have it.
So
We got it.
I do have a sonnet that I wrote.
Ooh.
We are currently at 13,545. I'm gonna say when we get to 13,600, that I will read you a sonnet that I wrote when I was 17. It stands. It's in verse. Like it's all the things it
Wow.
had to be, and it
Wow.
is so very much about
Wow.
the pining
Mm.
that I was doing. I went to an all-girls high school, so there was no options to date, only to pine.
Was there like an all boys high school right
No.
down the road?
No,
Oh,
there
wow.
wasn't.
Okay.
There are there are much fewer all boys high schools than there are all girls high schools. And actually my high school has gone co-ed since, but partly because studies show that girls do better in all girls environments
The
and boys do worse.
Yeah, it's just like.
They need us to temper them,
Mhm.
basically. But girls thrive and do much better academically. And I thought it was great socially too. And I was so boy crazy that going to an all girls high school meant that I actually like did anything instead of just thinking about boys. I was thinking about them and writing poems and angsty things during class, but I wasn't able to like talk to them, so I had to listen to some of what I was being taught. I was on the dean's list and stuff. I'm a smart person. Joe, she's crying. That's so sweet.
You know what? I was sweet.
Did she say yes though?
She did. She
Yeah.
did say yes. I think that relationship lasted a week. But we were doing a Shakespeare play at the time. I think that's why I thought to do that.
Thank you for
Good
pledging
move.
in your heart, Maitland. I was joking when I said to go ask your parent, but I deeply appreciate that you tried. Paul is thanking Brendan for insight on high school. Ashley, there's more in
Of
there.
course, Paul.
Oh God, when I was in high school and I would be like, I wrote all over books that I was reading, partly because I was marking things that would make good quotes for essays that I was going to eventually have to write. But I would also like fervently underline things that reminded me of whoever it was that I was pining over. And then I would write their initials in the margin, just like a note to myself. Just like, this is, I can't even think of anyone's initials. I don't remember who I was pining over in high school. I mean, I'm sure I do. I could come up with some names, but what's the point?
People talking about their all-girls college and high school experiences.
I did go to a co-ed college, and then I was like, boys everywhere. And then I calmed down a little. Lily wants to know that she loves me. She wants us to know, and it made her really happy when you read her comments. But where did she go? But thank you. Because it's dating options instead of my high school. Yeah, I mean, you'll be fine if you don't date in high school. These boys did. I didn't, and you'll be fine.
You'll
Be
okay.
just fine. I dated lots and lots and lots in college and grad school. I mean, mostly just had like relationships, but spent very little time single if that was what I wanted. So you don't need to date in high school. Dating in high school is
Do what feels right.
You know?
Dating in high school doesn't last either, right? Like,
Totally doesn't.
I'm so surprised by Miss Wind LA. My school never had much of an art program, so I went to the U.S. for an exchange year.
oh, are you following along the comments? Oh, that's
Yeah,
smart.
just because that way I
Hard
don't
to
have to like
read,
be
yeah.
here.
Yeah. I have to watch Kickstarter.
But so she came here for a year to be in a high school play, which I think is so funny because we're like
Oh,
obliterating
Yeah.
our art programs
Yeah.
over here.
Yeah.
My school didn't have a theater.
Yeah.
that's true. So
Okay.
he
I produced my own.
that's how Brendan
play.
started getting into producing, was that his high school, his like fancy private high school, eliminated the arts department, and
Ooh,
so
That sucks.
he started his own theater.
Yeah.
And he got
My first experience with Kickstarter was being in parking lots asking people for donations to be able to rent
should we
a
try
community
that
theater.
too?
It was not very successful. I mean, I raised enough.
Were you
money.
selling lemonade at least?
No, I was selling tickets to the show, like a pre-sale.
I'm shocked at how often I still, even in
Oh.
LA, see lemonade
Yeah,
stands.
Oh,
If I-
Gabby.
If I'm on foot, I'll buy lemonade.
That's
Come on, it's
that's
great.
cute.
It's great.
Yeah, Gabby, you don't need to stress about
Don't stress, Gabby.
dating in high school. It's not relevant to
Yeah, no,
the rest of your
No.
life.
because they're not even really dating.
No.
Like, let's be honest.
Well, I mean,
It's you're dating, but you have less agency and autonomy
Yeah.
as a young person,
Right,
just by the
like,
natural
you don't-
restrictions of
depends
where you're
you-
located,
right? Like if you live like
vehicle,
walking
transportation,
distance from
access.
that person.
But it also like resources,
Mhm.
financial. Like it then becomes this weird
Expectation of I have
ex-
to buy your movie ticket.
yeah,
and
or
it's
you
like,
have to buy me
that's
mine, or like
expensive.
the idea of like you're spending money. Should
Yeah.
I be spending money?
I mean,
Like,
there are some
versus-
actual
Weird.
high schoolers here who could weigh in on what
Sure.
it's like. But
Fine.
that was
I-
our experience.
But you're also
Well,
spending
it's
all
funny-
your time in high school.
what's funny is that these two actually dated in high school and I didn't, and I'm like, it's not like that, guys. And Will is actually still dating.
I'm still with
So,
my.
that's unusual.
Something we could speak to though that we can talk about is Maitland wants to know. I want to write a show really bad. Any tips?
Yes.
With three writers here with three very different styles that have also now shared a style together
Uh-huh.
to write together. We
What,
have a
what's
lot to
stopping
talk
you?
about.
Like what? Right. Get to writing.
Oh, get to writing.
Right. I think
But where to begin?
that's
If it
at
seems
the
like
beginning.
if it seems like such
Begin
a
at
Sure.
oh my
the
gosh, I have to come up with 90 original pages of a
Yeah.
script. Wow, where do I begin?
I usually break it down into like, because that is overwhelming.
Yeah.
But just start. Give yourself a tiny little goal. Like I want to write the first scene or the first line, even. You know, like and then you can achieve that goal. You can write the first line of your play, and you can always change it later. But
Mhm.
like it's really about just working the muscle and doing it over and over again. And it's really hard at first, but then you get into a rhythm and it gets easier and easier and easier. But if you tell yourself I've got to write this 90-page play,
Jessica.
that's too overwhelming.
Thank you, Jessica.
Thanks, Jessica. That's my sister's name. I don't think that's my sister.
That's
We'll take a moment to thank Jessica, and then we'll hear Miss
more
Clemence's
more writing tips.
ideas on
Jessica,
writing.
Oh, Jessica.
you frothy, foolhardy, hill of flesh.
Ooh, look
Triple
at those
F.
Fs.
Triple F.
Frothy, foolhardy, hill of flesh.
Nice.
Yeah,
Hill of Flesh.
Strong.
That's kind of gross. That's
Yeah,
grotesque.
this is
the image.
this isn't. So is frothy.
Yeah, frothy.
Janelle says no time to write.
That is hard.
That is hard, but I will also say that you can. I mean, and this tip literally comes from Kate Rorick, who was a writer on the Lizzie Bennet Diaries. Since the Lizzie Bennet Diaries, she's given birth to two human children.
Mm.
I always like to specify they're humans.
They're not Labrador children.
She grew them in her body, and then she got them out somehow. I'm unclear. And she full-time writes for television and has put out several books. And she's posted on Twitter about things like, she's like, this is a novel I wrote in 20-minute bursts when I had time. I guarantee that you have more time than Kate, who has a full-time job and 2 children under the age of 4 and is also writing a novel. So, and has done several novels. So don't think of writing as something that you have to like sit down and do for many hours. A lot of writers also say that like they don't write all day, every day. Like Isaac Asimov said that he sat for 8 hours a day, every day writing.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, like John Scalzi, has a 2,000 word a day goal. Now he's a professional novelist who's put out like
Tons of books.
so many freaking books. And they're great. I love John Scalzi. And he supported this campaign. Thank you so much, John.
Thanks, John.
Thanks, John Scalzi.
But he often has finished his word goal by lunch, and then he doesn't write for the rest of the day. Lauren Graham, in her last book, talked about setting hour blocks that you write in. And that for me also helps it feel like less overwhelming, that I don't have to sit there and like accomplish a crazy amount. For an hour, I'm going to turn off my Wi-Fi and put away my phone and stare at the screen. And if I write a bunch, great. And if I don't, I sat there for an hour and didn't let myself do anything else. And I think that's just getting yourself in the habit and having like flexing that muscle. And there's so many different ways to approach writing, and different people, I will say, I approach different projects different ways. And some people really benefit from having an outline before you start writing any dialogue. And some people want to kind of dive in with writing whatever they're writing and then kind of let it figure itself out. And you can always go back once you have a clearer idea of what it is. And of course you're going to be rewriting anyway. So, and I think the other really, the thing that's helped me a lot is the idea of the vomit draft, which is like just get it out, get out something terrible, and don't worry about it making it good, because you can go back and get it to be good. But if you get people just saying like, you are a person I need to talk to, and the other person says, yes, I am a person, we will talk. And like, you just start to get the shape of scenes, even if they're terrible. And it is so hard to start writing. Yes. And that's why I'm saying like you to trick yourself sometimes. Mike Birbiglia said that to write his fantastic movie,
Sleepwalk with Me.
The second one, what was the one after that?
With the improv troupe?
Oh, Don't Think Twice.
Don't Think Twice. That he set dates with himself at like 7 a.m. and that he basically just like got out of bed and started writing before he had any time to like process being afraid.
Didn't we see that movie together?
Yeah.
Right?
Oh
Yeah.
That was great.
That was like
years ago
yeah.
or whatever. Yeah.
That was our
Double
first
date.
artist date.
There you go. Good movie.
Okay, I scrolled past probably a lot of questions.
I think making a routine of it is also helpful.
Yeah.
I feel like routine is if there's like a place you like to write or a time of day that, whether that's the time where you have 20 minutes free to, and if that becomes the routine, then I think it becomes easier to not get freaked out by it.
Yeah. Something that I've really observed is that this idea of I don't have time to write. I then started thinking about what do I have time for?
Yeah,
and I started realizing like, how is it I can listen to 2 podcasts, spend an hour on Twitter, and I was like, there's so much input that is getting truly in the way of my output because we only have 24 hours in the day, unless you're Lin-Manuel Miranda, who apparently has more. And so what I would do is figure out those activities that are your input and say, if those are detracting from your output, maybe start borrowing from that time.
And reward yourself with those too. I think rewarding yourself is good. You do your writing and then you listen to your podcast, and that's
I absolutely play the reward game with myself all the time. It's like, okay, if I do an hour of this, then I get to watch an episode of Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, or whatever is a reward for you.
But May, when you wrote that my school does a rookie showcase where rookie actors and rookie directors have a chance to show their work, so I think I'm going to write an act for them.
That's so cool.
And have that be a trailer to my show. And I think that's awesome. But I also think don't belittle the fact that writing an act, one acts are an art form of their own. And my very first play was a one act that got published. It got produced in New York City. It got produced in Florida. It was at Humana Festival. So I think that there's a great value to saying, no, this is a story that can be told in 10 pages or 20 pages. And that is that story. That's what it's for. I think what we are attracted to in the digital space is that you don't have those standards of has to hit the 22-minute mark, or this has to be an hour pilot, or this has to be a feature. It can be this, okay, this episode is 6 minutes because that's what it was to tell that story. Or this episode is 16 minutes because that's what it was to tell that story. So I think allow your story and your art to be worthy and not have to always be some type of a audition or version getting towards something more or better or bigger. I think it gets to be what it is. And I think stand in the power of that.
Yeah. And I feel like most of the restraints are all like in TV anyway, it's all advertiser based. Like you're writing this format because they wanted to, punch in a bunch of commercial breaks, and that's why the network TV format exists the way it does. But then you see stuff on Netflix and HBO really breaking that. You've got a half-hour show where one episode's 45 minutes
Right.
and one is 26 minutes, and HBO has an hour-long show when the pilot is 90 minutes, and it's they did what was right for that episode.
While I write the next one, Sophie says that her writing problems are much more about being scared of people not liking it than being struggling to write.
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
think that's a great
That's
thing to
very
address
real.
too.
That's always there. We feel that right now with this project.
Yeah.
I mean, we are terrified.
Yeah.
You are exposing a huge
Aw.
part of yourself because no matter what genre it is, you're saying, I think this is funny. I think this is
Yeah.
dramatic. I think this is human.
Pause for 1 second. Christian,
Christian.
thank you so much. You ribodrid,
Rebodred.
dull-eyed, mumble news.
Mumble
Mumble
news.
news. That's
Mumble
fun.
news. And Paul, I see you, and I will get to you in a second.
Is this where we're looking up the lexicon is here?
Depends which. Yes.
I want to
which
find out what mumble news is.
You have the second. No, this one goes through M.
Ah.
So hang on.
I think Facebook. That's Mumble.
Mumble news is
I think.
Facebook.
Yeah,
Yes.
Mumble news is going to be in here.
Lovely.
Because. And Paul upped your pledge again. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Paul.
Thanks.
Paul, you unmuzzled,
Ooh.
earth-vexing
Uh-oh.
band dog.
Oh,
Band dog.
That goes together really well.
That's
yeah.
nice. That's
Unmuzzled band dog.
nice.
Is mumble news like the early mumblecore?
Maybe.
Probably not.
I imagine it's like you're walking through town and you hear people like mumbling to each other, like
Mhm.
what's going on, and you overhear, but
So-
it's gossip,
I'm
feel
gonna
like it's
take
super
the other
gossip.
one
Take
and
the
find
other
out
one.
what a band dog is.
Like it.
Oh no, you have the first half.
Will,
of the
can you
alphabet.
speak
Never mind.
to people not liking
Yeah, I
what
mean,
you wrote?
so I think that I'd always rather.
Not that you've ever had anybody not like what you wrote.
No, I mean, I love being confronted by people that hate my stuff. It's very fun. But I would much rather have one person really like it and other people really hate it than kind of please everyone in like a meh kind of middling way,
Mm.
because if you do something and it connects with even one person, it feels like it's worth it, no matter how many people it doesn't connect with. But if everyone kind of goes, that was all right, like I don't really feel gratified by that, so I'd rather it be polarizing. So that's the risk then, right? Like if you have to embrace that
Mhm.
risk.
Mm-hmm.
What did you find?
You're on the previous insult, is that
Yes,
correct?
mumble
You're on mumble.
news.
So I found that ribodrid means lewd or profligate. So rude, dull-eyed.
A telltale or a prattler.
okay.
Oh, that makes sense. Mumble news.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And then unmuzzled, earth-vexing band dog. Would you look up band dog?
Band dog.
Ban dog. It's ban-dog.
Yeah.
Makes me think like a bad dog who can't come in. He can't come in this place. He bit someone last time, so he's banned. from
Not,
this
not
establishment.
again. Fool me once.
Band dog.
It's a banberry, a band.
The other thing that I was going to say about being afraid of people not liking your stuff is the thing that cured me of that. I mean, not cured me because I was really nervous about people not liking Sona, but the thing that helped me a lot with that was experiencing it
Mhm.
with the Lizzie Bennet Diaries. Even though I wasn't solely responsible for that show, as the face of it, I got a lot of, kind of like, and there were people who were really unhappy with how we adapted a beloved classic, and of course there were, that was just like a small vocal minority, but so many of you loved it and were vocal about that I was able to say, okay, well, to the people who aren't liking it, it's not for you. That's fine. That's great. We're not making it for you, and we're not going to change the integrity of the show to try to make these people who don't like us. We're just going to keep making something we really like, that we feel good about. And that's been really empowering to me. So when I was working on Sona, I was like, this show is not going to be for everybody, but it's for me, and there must be people who are like me. And then I think, you get people who are deeply passionate about what you've made because you've made something that really is specific.
Band dog is a fierce dog kept chained.
Mm.
We have a request from Maitland to say our Instas. Will, if you
Oh, you can follow me at WJ Strobelight. That's me.
Because that's his given name.
My given name.
I'm the Ashley Clem.
and I'm Brendan A. Bradley. Speaking of the "it's not for you, it's for me" type mantra, that is actually, I was privileged enough when I first began this web series journey. One of the very first people I worked with was Felicia Day. And she very much with the Guild said,
Guys,
I made the show I wanted to see on television.
Right.
we flew past the goal in which
gotta
I
read
said
her-
Look at that.
that I would read my
Well,
sonnet.
thank you, everybody.
Before we get to that, I just want to address the question from Ryan Garcia about
Mhm,
what inspires us about Ryan's work. And mostly I would just say, like, he shows up.
He
That's
shows
really like
up,
all you can ask.
Knows his lines.
He's
I
there.
know.
Like, he is physically present.
Mm,
And that's
he exists. Is what
that's
you're saying?
that's
That's
the
bar?
best
Mhm.
I have to
I would say it's his face, because it's just so punchable.
Yes.
Yeah,
You know,
which
that,
is
like,
really good
you
for
just-
this role.
You watch him on screen, and it's like
Wanna
you can
get him.
smell him.
In fact, Ryan,
which that smells even better than he does in person.
It's true.
Because he's
Ryan,
not a deodorant guy.
you weedy, ill-faced coxcomb.
Ooh,
Coxcomb.
the classic.
Yes. That's what you get for fishing
that's-
for compliments, Ryan.
Ryan can be
Um,
followed at Muchos Garcias on Instagram. I think that's his.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is true.
Good.
His last name is Garcia, and he is Muchos Garcias, like Muchos Gracias.
Maybe it's just Garcia.
Get it?
Have a good lecture,
I
Holly.
think it's Garcias.
Okay, guys.
Garcias.
I'm gonna have to
What's
open
happening?
this in a new. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here
Is this
comes.
the first time you're opening it? Yeah. Yes.
Yes, I haven't opened this file in
Fantastic.
many years.
Oh.
Here is a sonnet
Now,
I
why
wrote.
is it?
Boy.
Why is it Sonnet 138?
1138. It is
1138.
sonnet 1138 because George Lucas wrote THX 1138 is a George Lucas thing. I don't know where that number comes from him, but that's his like first film. It might have been like a student film, and then that's a number that he reuses somewhere in
Does
Star
it like
Wars.
show up a lot in his stuff?
Yes, it's like a
He
special
sneaks
number
that
to
in there.
him.
Yeah.
And this guy liked it so much that it was in his AIM handle. His AIM handle was his cat's name, and then this
The guy
number.
that this sonnet's about.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's why it's sonnet 1138.
We haven't even read this thing, and there's already so much to know.
I know. Okay. Oh, my love, do I ever cross your mind, even if only for an instant? Our lives are forever intertwined. I fear this bond we share is permanent. For you fill every hour of my day, and with thought of you I find pure delight. You brighten my life in every way. To see you once more would be the greatest sight. But at times I fear my heart is alone, that while it weeps for you, you do not care. Is indifference all that you have known? Oh, how can it be that love's so unfair? For cruelest of fates has kept us apart. Now only time can mend my broken heart.
Whoa.
Oof.
Yeah, some snaps in there for that.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Did time mend your broken heart?
Did it?
No, guys, not over it. Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, very much so.
I'm fine.
No, very, very fine. Brendan, what did you do? Brendan, LMAO.
I made a joke about somebody said that it was funny I called Ryan's face punchable because they couldn't get him and they kept getting him and me confused.
Oh.
And so I said that was very on brand for me.
No, he has a beard. He's a different person.
Now I do.
Snaps, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Oh.
I mean, it rhymes. It rhymes. It's very, very vulnerable of me. What the thing is, like, now I'm like, oh my God, what must my teacher have thought when she got this? Was like, oh, Ashley. Oh boy. At times I fear my heart is alone. Yes, Ashley, it is. I love that I'm like, our lives
you
are
guys.
forever intertwined.
You guys.
What happened?
Didn't even-
So I have in Dropbox, which I keep on my phone at all times, and I knew it was here somewhere. I've got old writing
Uh-oh.
where because it's digital, I can keep everything. And so I just wanted to see did I ever write something called Sonnet? So I was skimming through the names
You
of
wrote a sonnet.
Sonnet.doc. Brendan Bradley loves Sonnet.
Okay.
Okay, wait.
I believe this was in 8th grade.
Wait, we're
Whoa.
at 13,680.
Yes.
You can read that when we get to 13,700.
Okay. So we need 20
So
bucks.
20 more dollars?
We're-
20 bucks, and
You
then
don't think
Brendan
this is
reads
worth
it.
a little more than $20?
I don't. But $20 will get you Brendan's high school sonnet.
Excellent.
Or college? High
No,
school.
this very much high school.
Um,
I should probably read this first to make sure I want to read this out loud.
I read mine without having opened it in a long time. 14. What are you saying? 14.
Maybe $14
More-
left. Did we just get another?
Did I get another pledge? No.
It hasn't come up yet if there was one, but also stay tuned because I will be giving away 3 copies of this DVD of Bear With Us, my feature film.
Speaking of dealing with people not liking your work,
There you go.
there's
There's some bad Amazon reviews that I just cherish.
Oh yeah, no, there's some terrible
Uh,
Amazon reviews that are not
But then it's the
terrible,
people
but it's
who,
not for
who
them.
love
Yeah.
it. Exactly. It's not for you. Doesn't
Well,
have to be for
what I
everybody.
love is what I personally love is seeing 1-star reviews and 5-star reviews.
Yeah,
Then you know they're honest.
Yes.
You know? I feel like that's
Um,
people who
It's the
really
3-star
love it.
reviews that I'm just kind of like, all right.
Yeah.
So, Will, what does it take to get a
I don't
DVD?
know. A DVD starring Christy Carlson Romano
Mm.
from
Um,
Even Stevens and Kim Possible
I will say that I saw this movie. We both saw this movie. Went to a
at the
screening,
LA
Went to your screening
premiere
of it,
a
yeah.
couple years
Um,
Can I
ago.
borrow?
and
Yeah.
I
Yes.
laughed so
Oh,
hard
yes.
that my stomach hurt.
I made people uncomfortable with how hot I was
I
laughing.
was next to you, and that's true. We were both very
So,
very loud. And there's one sequence in the movie, no spoilers, but there's one sequence in the movie that is you either find hilarious or makes you very uncomfortable. And we were
I don't actually know which one you're
cackling.
talking about. There's too many uncomfortable sequences.
I don't want to give anything away. I'm
Yes,
talking
Towards
about
the end? Oh, towards the very end. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I don't we were laughing,
Good. We have walkouts and many
Yeah.
film festival
but we were the
screenings.
loudest laughers. So this movie was very much for us, and
you're a fan
stellar
of
people,
the-
Joe.
yes.
Oh,
We
stellar
need
people.
it.
I know. I
I've
know.
also seen that.
I actually have a meeting with the studio this week about it and should
Ooh.
have some updates.
Ooh, fancy.
You know, it's
Fancy. Paul Komorowski has suggested it's $15,000 for the DVD, which would be great because then we reach our goal.
um,
Um,
I first speaking of people walking out of theaters or whatever,
Uh-huh.
I actually was in a restaurant about 2 years ago, and a guy came up to me, and he said, "So you were in this film, the short film many years ago that made me so uncomfortable. I felt nauseous, and I had to run out of the theater. And I thought something was a door, and it wasn't. And I literally shattered my glasses onto my face and broke my nose trying to escape the theater that was playing your shorts."
Whoa.
And I was like, that is the best compliment.
and did you know immediately
No,
which
yes,
one he was talking
yes.
about? Oh, okay.
But for Bear With Us,
Mhm.
Mark Sullivan,
Mark Sullivan.
just to
Mark
bring things
Jude
full
Sullivan.
circle, Mark Jude Sullivan,
Uh-huh.
about 4 years ago, I decided for Shakespeare's birthday,
Uh-huh.
I would invite everybody I knew over to my house and to tell them to tell their friends. And if you had a Shakespeare monologue,
Mhm.
you could come do it on video in this like setup that I had to go out to the internet, basically doing 100 monologues as vlog
Mhm.
style.
Cool.
And so Mark knocked on my door. We had not met him, did not know who he was, and he was like,
Wow.
"Are you the Shakespeare guy?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Can I?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." So he
Oh,
came into
wow.
my house at my old apartment and got it, and laid down his monologue, and we
Wow.
chatted, and we've run into each other many times since.
isn't he in Sing
Oh,
It?
wow.
He's in
too?
Sing
He's
It
the
on
star of
YouTube
Sing
Red.
It
He's
on
the
YouTube
star,
Red.
But
which
YouTube Premium.
which I was in that.
He's great.
very
good.
Brendan, this is my favorite part of Brendan being in Sing It. Who were you?
I don't know if I'm allowed to
replacing?
say
Oh,
that. There was a
can I
celebrity.
can say it.
There was a celebrity that was supposed to be.
There was a celebrity whose name rhymes with Benny Schmavitz,
Oh wow.
and at the last minute, Benny Schmavitz was unavailable,
And they were like, you know what?
and they were like, you know, who's
And
like,
because they were thinking of Benny, they scrolled through their B's in their phone, and because I actually this has been a lifelong benefit is that because I'm at a B, when people are at the last minute scrubbing through their phone to think who do we call? Brendan comes up very quickly,
so
or Bradley comes up very quickly.
Have a name that has
Yeah,
the first
change your
letter high in the
name.
alphabet. They actually say that about film titles.
Just
too,
actually
that
start.
the more successful films.
That's
have.
why we're a tale
Yeah.
told by
Yeah, but
Ah.
actually, if you can start your name with a number, you'll be right at the top.
or like a symbol.
Yeah, like hashtag your own name.
So did you know had that Shakespeare thing happened? Did you meet Mark there and
Yes.
then you were on Sing
Yes.
It? Oh, it's super small world.
And then I literally was walked on the set of Sing It, and I was like, why do I know that guy?
Huh.
You know, like we were sitting there the whole morning. We filmed the first day, and then I had 2 days on that. And so the second day, I was like, I think you came to my apartment sometime. And he was like, yeah.
That's so weird. I think he knows Jess too really well. Andres.
Jess.
Oh
yeah.
I think that they're tight.
Jessica
Very
Andres.
very
they went to
small.
college.
I went to
together.
college with Jessica.
Yeah, I don't know.
Directed
what-
her in her first play
I
at
was
NYU.
in the Lizzie Diaries with her.
On the Shipwrecked live streams, we usually ask for some sort of like weird multiple of a number. You know, like you pick a number, and then if it's 17, then if you give $17 or $117 or $20.17 or like that kind of
They
thing.
can't give sense.
I know, but to denote if it's like $20.17, then we know the 17 means what they're trying to get there.
Right.
Ah.
I'm saying I don't.
Oh,
Actually,
you
I don't
can't?
know.
Oh,
if
maybe you
can.
can't do-
I don't think so. No one ever.
I love that no one's up there
Yes.
pledged because no one wants to hear my sonnet. They're like, that.
That's
No,
why.
we have no interest.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, how do you want the
How do
bear
you
with
want
us
to
to
give
go
it?
down?
This is on you,
Let's do a
man.
multiple of 12. If you give $12, $24, 36, 48, some multiple of 12.
Okay.
The next donation that comes through
Is 12
is my favorite
important?
number.
Oh, it's not an
It's-
important number in
so
Bear with
weird.
Us?
It's
No.
my favorite number.
I think
But
I feel like I
don't know
hide
why.
it sometimes in movies. I don't know if it's in this
12
one.
is my sister's favorite number.
Mm.
It's her soccer number.
For
Really
those of you,
just a great
if any of you
number.
are fans of Red Dead Redemption 2, one of the other co-stars in here, Alex McKenna, she plays Sadie Sadler in Red Dead.
Cheyenne Jackson.
Cheyenne
is in
Jackson,
it.
of
He's
course.
very
Forgot
funny.
about Cheyenne Jackson.
Any Broadway nerds out there like me who love Alice Ripley? She's in it.
And Leah Delaria actually voiced
That's-
the
yes.
character. There are, I think, like 7 or 8 of the cast members, very small cast, have been on Broadway at one point in time or another, including Mark.
Mark's been on Broadway?
Yeah, one play. I forget the name of it.
Huh.
It was like 10 years ago.
And then who's that guy in it who's so funny?
Colin Smith.
Yes.
Yeah, name's Colin Smith. He's just
What a
been in everything I've ever done.
nerd.
I know him through Alex, and he just moved to LA and had a baby, and he's an actor working.
He's hilarious.
Oh, we have cleared the goal
So we had to hear the
for
sonnet.
the sonnet.
Wait, that also means.
Well, that
I
also means
have-
we should first celebrate people with what they
Um,
really want.
Okay. Gabby added 12 to her pledge. So
Gabby, this will be
Yes.
mailed to you.
So Gabby, just because I know that you have my social stuff, why don't you DM me your address and I'll get it to Will, or you can DM Will.
Yeah, you can
your
DM
address,
me on
but-
Instagram or Twitter or whatever address you want this sent to.
We're not gonna come do anything to you. We're good, normal people.
If you're smart, mail it to your next door neighbor.
Now Caitlin also
you just go get
increased at 12. So does Caitlin get one too?
Oh.
Why not? Why not?
Gabby and Caitlin,
Gabby
you're
and Caitlin.
gonna love this movie.
There you
I
go.
mean,
And we'll save the
if
third
you're
one
not,
for later in the
it's not
podcast,
for you.
in the live stream podcast.
but I think it's pretty fantastic. So Gabby, you get another heart,
Yes.
which also means you know what you get, Gabby.
Yes.
You know what you get.
Another name.
You get crooked pated, shrill gorged, fustelarian.
Fustelarian. That's another good one.
Definitely gotta look up
That's-
fustelarian. That's gonna be the
Fustelarian.
Oh.
crooked
is
pated,
from-
shrill gorged fustelarian.
I think Fustelarian might be from Twelfth Night. I could be wrong, but that one's familiar enough to me that I think it might be Twelfth Night.
I wish that
And
this,
you get a
I
DVD.
wish
And
the-
so Caitlin also on one of my social medias, on one of Will's social medias, just send us where you would like that sent. I'm like, you can trust me with your address. You're all trusting me with your address ultimately because you are all going to get
Perks in the mail.
perks from me. And so far I haven't shown up at anyone's house or mailed them anything weird.
You're not Taylor Swift?
Does Taylor Swift show up at people's houses?
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's like she does like private
That's-
concerts in people's garages and stuff.
That's
Like,
invasive.
yes.
Yeah, I feel like you need to be invited.
Fustelarian, a term of reproach, one who goes in fustian? It is a question.
Fustian
Does it
is
say
familiar
what,
and might be 12th night, but yeah, does it say what play?
what play?
They all say what play.
TW2?
TW2, 12th night act 2, I think
Maybe?
that's what that means.
Yep.
But then so fustian is right here, a coarse cotton stuff
Mm.
Ah,
from.
and that's from Othello.
Right.
And shrew, right?
Yeah, that's
shrew,
shrew.
and then
Yes,
Othello
but
is high-sounding nonsense.
Yeah, in Othello, it means high-sounding nonsense. So there you go. Isn't that? I don't know. It's a great book. It's also very small print and very hard to read with
Yes.
a million abbreviations.
It must have taken forever
Yeah.
to put this together.
Caitlin. I'm surprised that I'm the only one here who knows them and has them. But it just makes me feel like king nerd. Caitlin, you abortive harpy bum Bailey.
Whoa.
Bum Bailey.
Bum Bailey.
I like that.
Brendan Bum Bailey.
I know. I might go by that. Bum Bailey. It's got that double B. Oh boy. So shall we hear
Now we shall hear
an
Brendan.
embarrassing? I mean, I've now previewed this, and I should not have agreed to this.
Good.
Love sonnet. Lust, unfaithful beckoning breast, cannot tear me from her fulfilling lips, nor the moon's enchanting peace lure me from secret midnight trips. Within her arms maternal shelter, that soft hand guides my tears away. I question how to live thus far without her, but irony reveals the price we pay. Those who stare in lust and seduce deceit find their encounters a common occasion. But for those who find bodies more than a treat, fate makes time for passion brief. For some, the pain illustrates life without worth, but when love is near me, I am in new birth.
No judgment. No judgment.
No snaps! I
Yeah.
wanted yours!
That was good. I got lost in it. That was nice.
I think that's the difference between the poetry you write when you do date in high school and the poetry you write when you don't date in high school.
There's much
Actually,
edgier,
it's
dark
such a
stuff here
mood.
that I don't think I should read aloud.
Uh,
I'm reading it and realizing why people were worried about me.
We're all just basically here to say that it gets better.
Yeah.
Whatever's happening in
does.
high school, you'll survive
I
it.
liked high school, but I also,
Remember?
I was lucky.
Um,
I know that much.
Joe, will you sign a DVD?
Yeah, I'll sign it. It means I'll have to take it out of the
Out of the
cellophane
shrink
Are you okay?
packaging.
Are you okay with that?
I can
Because
like.
he'll do it right here. I can get you a silver one, which will look better
Sure.
on that.
Yeah.
it does.
Let me get you a silver Sharpie.
If you're cool with it, I'll wait till I get an okay.
Yeah, Gabby, let us know.
If you want me to break the cellophane,
Let us know.
I can also sign on the cellophane, but then
Gabby
no.
wants it signed as well.
Okay,
Yeah, no, that this is a dark collection of poetry.
but only one
According to
sonnet.
titles, but only one love sonnet. Everything
Make
else
sure
is
that this is
failure, give up,
working.
broken wings,
Yeah.
goodbye, must die,
Oh wow.
I'll slide it back in the cellophane. to
Euthanasia.
protect it.
But
disappear.
you should take it out of
the
this
thing.
and sign it on the thing. Do you want to look off?
It gets better.
Sure.
I would like one too, please. Thank you.
Get this out of here.
They've only been in the fridge for like an hour, so they may not be that cold. They're cold enough. I don't know.
Do we have any questions about
Anything?
Mackers? Or a tale told by an idiot?
There's a knife on my table, and I was like, "Where did this come from?" And then I realized it came from his
That's what I
pocket.
Used to.
He just carries a knife, but not in an airport, I assume.
No, learned my lesson on that. I had to.
Oh.
They let you like,
Erica.
throw it away or mail it to yourself,
Mhm.
Yep.
and I.
Erica, thank you so much.
Thanks,
for
Erica.
increasing your pledge.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. So here I signed one of these. I'm in the top there. Put this back
Caitlin,
in.
do you want yours signed?
Yeah, Caitlin.
Yeah.
let
Oh,
us-
hi, Cam.
Is that without a
Who
yes?
Cam.
doesn't carry knives with them? Exactly. Right?
No, it comes in handy. You're never going to be in a situation and think, I'm really
No knife.
upset that I have this
So-
knife
so-
on me.
Where's Kid Cream Scram to make you Joey's coming, and then I can make him get me a lip balm.
Sure.
Erica, you dankish, brassy rogue.
Nice.
Ooh,
But only
Nice.
dank-ish, not dank.
Dankish.
a dankish, brassy rogue. I don't even think that sounds bad.
Struggling to get the DVD back in the cellophane, but I think I can do it.
That's what matters. That it seems like it's wrapped in plastic.
I'm so close.
I think it'll be okay.
I feel like you owe us some high school poetry, but
Yeah.
I didn't write poetry. Poetry is like one of the things that I never connected with. I really enjoy poetry. I have friends who are fantastic poets, and I admire them. But I just broke it even more. Sorry, the cellophane is no more.
But signed
Let me
DVD.
sign the other one.
Wait, but did Caitlin want it signed?
So does Caitlin want it signed? Has Caitlin
I don't know if
chimed
Caitlin's
in?
here.
I'll
I
hold
feel like-
off.
I feel like why wouldn't you want it signed?
Okay, I'll
I feel like that's.
And if she really doesn't, I have more that I can give you a non-signed.
She'll be like, "Oh
It's
no,
like, no, actually,
I didn't want that." Kim did art on Poe Party, and she says we had to take Joey's knife back after Poe Party because she had provided him with many knives. Actually, I was in the kitchen where the
right.
knives live.
That was one of my favorite lines that Joey improvised in the show.
That is an improv.
And I remember him being very sweet, like, "Can I say this?" And we were like, "Yeah, that's way
That's
funnier."
very funny.
Um,
No, don't make the show funny.
oh, thank you for posting about this. Thank you.
Thanks for the.
Thank you for sharing. Please share #IdiotTale with all those you know. You can share this stream with people to let
Yeah.
them know they should tune in to our crazy poetry reading and DVD signing and heart making and Shakespearean insulting, as one does.
I mean, I would be excited to have my own custom Shakespearean insult. Doesn't everyone want that?
When you texted me that you're going to be doing that, I was really impressed because I thought you were going to be coming up with them just from your brain.
From the brain.
And
I mean, I
then-
could do that
I'm still
too,
impressed,
but-
but
I mean, you can do that with the lexicon. You
That's
just
true.
Go through and be like, you curse, follow, Goodyear.
Yeah, that's not so much an insult. That's
Totally
just
worked.
three
Good
Shakespeare
year.
Totally works.
good sound.
words.
Don't make me turn this live stream around.
Just
Oh no.
trying to keep up
Is
with
everyone
all
fighting?
the people talking to me. Are we fighting?
Why is apparently people are bullying each other?
Are you
Wait,
guys
really?
bullying each
Were
other?
they
Or are
talking
you- are you
about
guys talking
bullying
about
each other?
us?
I'm not sure.
Because we're not fighting. We're just funny. Obviously. You all get the joke. Sister girl sending terrible pictures. Hey guys, don't send mean pictures around. This is not stuff that we dealt with when we were in high school because you couldn't send a picture on your phone.
No.
You could play Snake.
You had to go click, run to get it developed, and then go, ha ha!
Ah, Caitlin, you would love for it to be signed, and I have your address.
Lovely.
Fantastic.
Caitlin
So-
says sign it.
He did.
Ah, perfect.
You just text me that or forward it to me.
I will do that. I'm just gonna do
I'll
this.
try and get those out
I see
tomorrow
they're
morning.
they're play fighting. They're not real fighting.
Good. Okay.
Okay, good.
According
I just want you guys to support each other.
I was
Because
worried
if
that
we-
we instigated something.
I know. We playfully mock each other, but I don't know. I think that we would want to, if anything, impart to you guys a sense of being kind to each other. And
Be
How do I
good
find
to
the
one
stream?
another.
How do I find the stream on the Kickstarter so that I
you
can?
can't find it on the Kickstarter
Oh, okay.
because we're not doing it on Kickstarter.
So this one's
time.
just YouTube one.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
This is-
I
I
must have
just
retweeted it.
this is with the
texted that
Googles,
to you.
Got
which is
it.
why it works better.
I just texted you the link because I was trying to do something else and I messed up.
Well, I can follow the comments here as well. Make
Um,
sure you guys aren't being mean to each other.
Whereas I'm following the Kickstarter.
Got stribbling comment police going on.
Uh,
Yeah.
unless
Does anyone have questions? Does anyone have
or should we
thoughts
read more
about
Shakespeare?
this crazy project that the three of us are working on?
They're really good in it. I've been going through footage,
Oh.
starting to put together
Yeah.
some of the stuff. Ooh, let me mute that.
Do you want
We
to
shot.
talk a little bit about going through the footage and
Oh, make it
just
stop.
turn your volume way down?
Got it. Okay.
Um,
Yeah, so we have like a week's worth of footage that we shot. We were at a different location every day. One day we were at multiple locations.
Good night, Ryan.
Hi, Ed.
Hi, Ed.
Bye.
I
Hi,
hope you're enjoying
bye-bye.
your cruise.
Yeah, this will be archived, Ed.
Yeah, I know. Really, you could watch it later.
But no, I've been working on episode 7.
Okay.
First, that's the first one.
Nice.
It's good stuff, guys. These two
Yeah.
are. It's mostly
So
them.
very
Another
exciting.
actress, Kimley,
Who's
who's
phenomenal.
phenomenal.
we had not worked with before, but I think we will again. because she's
Yeah, well, I'm going to basically write something for her in
She's
everything
one of
I
those.
ever write again.
one of those. This is why we do this stuff and try and collaborate with people, because inevitably you're gonna run into someone you didn't know before that you are
Oh, this is a
so
reveal.
happy that you know now.
So
Is this a cast reveal?
this is a poster reveal.
Hmm.
Excuse me. You've probably at this point seen the new art that Brendan created of me as Beth.
And probably
It's now
maybe
on the
one of
Kickstarter
his.
page.
And on Brendan's Instagram, you may have seen the one of him as Mac. So Brendan came up with this really incredible concept. Some people were asking us if the show was animated or not, and we realized that maybe our marketing was confusing. And so rather than get upset about that, Brendan just spent many hours trying different things and
Yes.
then landed on a poster look that we thought was super cool.
The first one was not super cool. It was very lame.
But see I don't know. I think the nice lesson about that is that like sometimes you have to make something that doesn't work
Yes.
in order for you to learn how to make the thing
100%.
that does work.
But I think to your credit is, and this is I think the good thing about having collaborators, is that it's not bad to tell somebody that something isn't there yet. Like there's ways of doing it that are constructive. And Ashley felt bad telling me, because I was looking at it as being like, I don't think it's good enough, but it's took me a long time and it's better. And she was able to honestly tell me like, yeah, I just don't think it sells our show. It looks like a rom-com. It was the two of us on a couch, kind of looking at each other,
From episode
you know,
7.
and we cut out behind the couch so we could put like the logo and everything. And it didn't look like the genre of our show.
Mhm.
And so then Ashley let me know that she had posted a picture of Beth on Insta. And in 2 or 3 days,
It is my most liked
That's nuts.
photo ever
That's
on Instagram.
amazing.
And I went back and checked, including photos of me and Daniel Vincent Gord, which have historically been the most popular
Wow.
things
Yeah.
I've ever posted on Instagram. So,
It's a good shot. That location is beautiful. The lighting in
Yeah.
that spot.
but so
like,
once
it's a good-looking
Brendan had
episode.
come up with that concept for that poster, and then he put a Lady Macbeth quote on the poster. Mine is "Screw your courage," and then he did one for himself, and he put a Macbeth quote on his poster, which is "A Charmed Life."
Yep.
And then he was like, "Well, I should make one of these for everybody." And then we went through the script of Macbeth, not our
Yes.
script, Shakespeare's, and found quotes that each character say that work. We were looking very specifically for quotes that work, that make sense in modern language, and that kind of say something that we mean to say about our show. And so
Now, what's hard about all this is we did not plan, you know, like most TV shows or movies then do like a photo shoot with the cast to like have themed photos that were all taken with the same lens and the same light and everything. We didn't do that. So I then had to basically put everybody from a still frame of the footage that I have that Will is talking about having like started to assemble and look around. I then went through those footage and like took screen grabs and tried to build on top of those. So we were talking about Kim Lee in this scene in episode 7. And so this is Kim Lee.
Oh, she's good.
And that her quote is "Look to the lady," which is a Macduff quote.
because her character is kind of our
Yeah.
Macduff,
Represents, yeah.
so differently. Anyway,
So,
but so we have made those for everyone.
yes.
That we shall be putting out.
Mm-hmm.
You asked a favorite La Croix or LaCroix flavor. It's this one, pamplemousse.
Pamplemousse.
Speaking, is Ryan Garcia still in the chat, or did he get his compliments and leave?
I think he
I
left.
think he probably
Okay.
Well, because if he was available, really, I think he'd be
Because I
here.
was going to show everybody
Ooh,
his,
That's good.
which is
Isn't that
great.
so good?
That's
And
our
the-
Duncan.
From episode 2. Is
And
that
the
what
quote
that-
is, "There is no art."
Okay.
And what I'll do is I'll wait until Joey joins us to reveal Joey's.
Nice.
Because he's our Banquo. But I'm
Oh.
very excited about his. Because what I'm starting to like about all of the posters so far is that it really shows, you know, this stuff is a lot of work. Producing our own passion projects is a labor of love. And hopefully it's not love's labor's lost. And what I really, thank you. What I really have been enjoying going through footage, looking at these stills, making these posters, is how transformative all of our friends are. I have never seen Ashley play this energy in this character that she's doing in Beth. It is transformative. It is unrecognizable. It's
Thank
so
you.
cool. And looking at Ryan,
Yeah.
Ryan doesn't look like I've ever seen. Like that picture of Ryan doesn't look like the Ryan Garcia I've
Yeah.
known or worked with. Joey is, I've never, if you didn't know Joey from any of his previous work, you would think he was a very different actor based off of the screen grab that I've got and the work that he's been doing. So I think it's really cool.
Well, and let me, since you're not going to toot your own horn, let me say that it has been so cool to watch you completely transform on
Thanks.
set.
Yeah.
Brendan is so unlike himself as Mac, and so unlike, I've seen a lot of the characters that you've played, and this is so unlike anything I've seen you do.
Thanks.
And that's
It's
very
all weird. It's all weird.
it's entirely the beard, but I wanted to pretend that it
Thank
was
you.
like your talent or something. I've never seen you with a beard before. I did know that pamplemousse means grapefruit. I don't know why.
In parentheses underneath it,
it does.
says
Yeah.
grapefruit.
I don't know why but it's the only flavor that they list the flavor in French.
Really?
Yeah, all the other ones are just like lemon, lime, passion fruit.
It is.
But-
It's good. Who doesn't like a grapefruit?
I know it's very subtle.
Gabby,
It's
I
enjoyable.
agree. There's kind of the Judas Iscariot vibe from Joey.
Yes.
What's cool is I think that what we were really looking
which
to do.
which is a role he played in
Yes.
Yeah.
In what?
You guys can tell me.
Not the.
A Star Kid thing
Yeah, it
or
was a Star
something he
Kid.
just did in Chicago?
I thought it was a Star Kid, but maybe I lump all the Chicago stuff together,
Hmm.
which may be unfair of me.
And my mom is liking all my Instagram posts right now. So
Nice.
Quality,
Mom's gonna mom, you
quality.
know?
like my mom only checks Instagram every like other week or something, and then she just likes every post. But I feel like she's not in this live stream, or I would know.
But what we were trying to capture is the different Silicon Valley or Silicon Beach.
Mhm.
Not technically
Prototypes
Star
and
Kid. You,
personalities.
it was
Yeah,
a
cool.
U Michigan thing, maybe.
Cool. Cool.
Your mom does that too. I know moms, guys, right? Well, the thing is, what's sweet is, right, our moms are only checking Instagram for us,
Yeah.
right? Because like
Very sweet.
they don't really care.
It was a lot of Star Kid people.
Uh-huh.
It was technically gotcha. So what I love most about Star Kid actually, and those peeps,
Mhm.
is that what they did at University of Michigan is very similar to what much earlier, before there was YouTube, because I'm old, we were doing at NYU,
Mm.
where we were doing these parody musicals
Yeah.
of like our favorite things.
Sure.
I think YouTube existed. People just weren't using it that way.
Sure.
No, it didn't.
Okay.
YouTube came out in 2006. I graduated in 2005.
Okay.
It literally was a thing in 2006.
Never mind.
I would have loved to have used YouTube. It was great. But what I love watching what they created is so brilliant to have brought, because for us it was trying to solve the problem of like, it's why I got into web series, of like how you're producing theater
Mhm.
in a really scrappy, fun way in a show that doesn't necessarily need a bunch of budget, but really clings to people's hearts, that black box mentality. But it's hard to get people's butts in the seats.
Yeah.
And YouTube solves
Yeah.
that problem. And I love everything that they brought to life by solving that problem.
It's hard enough for Broadway to get people to fly across the world or the country
Yeah.
to get the butts in the
Yeah.
seats. So
That's true.
So yeah.
Mm.
I was aware of Star Kid before I knew what Star Kid was, because when I was at NYU, after you, I was like an
'Cause
artist.
I'm old.
Because he's old. I was like an artist in residence at a theater back in Florida, and over the summers I'd come home and direct plays, and I was auditioning for one play, and all of the people auditioning, or some of them for some of the roles, were still in high school or just graduated, and they couldn't stop talking about this Harry Potter musical that was on YouTube. And I was like, what are these kids
Right.
up to these days? And then, I had no clue that years later I would meet
That's so
all these
funny.
people.
That's
And
What
funny.
kind of plays did you direct?
some were original, some were my favorite year. We did 3 plays in rep for a couple months, where each of the directors of each of the 3 plays was in one of the other plays.
Nice.
And so that was fun. And they rotated every weekend, but we did an original play, a devised play, and a pre-existing play. So the pre-existing play was This Is Our Youth,
Okay.
Kenneth Lonergan,
Yeah.
great play. And then my buddy Sam directed a devised play. He was a directing student at Carnegie Mellon, and they're very big on getting like the cast together and literally devising a play from scratch.
Mhm.
And then the
Carol,
one that
Carol Churchill, that was her
Yeah.
style?
yeah, and then the one I directed was one that an NYU buddy of mine had written, kind of about his experiences dating in New York. So that was my favorite one because every night was a different show, and we were all either in a play or your play was up, or like
Nice.
it was a cool thing.
Gabby says that Star Kid and all of you guys really give us unrealistic expectations for friendships in college, and then someone else says, Mela says college isn't like that IRL. It can be. It really depends.
Yeah.
Also, like, get into a theater department, and then it very much is
Yeah.
because it's just kind of how theater departments work.
But to be
But I'm still very close to like my best friends from college. I talk to them all the time.
I don't speak to anyone that was in my first theater company in college. We're not all closer friends anymore because we've just all scattered to the winds. And then I think there's 2 friends from college that are still close to me. But really, my friends, my peer group and friends in LA are.
But when you
that-
were in college, did you feel like you had a good friend group?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I very
I
much
had a
felt,
great friend group in college.
and then like now, people get married, and then
Yeah,
like
That's a big
you-
one. They move away.
But like you
move back
go,
home.
but you go to their wedding, and it's like
Yeah.
a little mini college reunion, and it's great. One of my best friends got married last year, and it was like a little mini college reunion of only the people that we liked,
Mhm.
which
That's
is
fun.
just
Rare.
perfect.
Everyone's getting married now. We're at the time. Everyone's getting married or having kids, except for us. A little busy.
We're making art. Yeah, so college is what you make of it. Oh, you don't have a theater department. Yeah, but I genuinely don't know how you make friends without just being
The
in a theater
cafeteria.
department.
I made so many of my friends in the
Dorms.
cafeteria.
Actually, one of my
Dorms.
best friends in college was
Yeah.
my roommate
Mhm.
freshman year. We just got along really well, and then we kept being friends.
Did you have this
Um,
experience at NYU where the orientation week they kind of like force you into friendships with people?
Yes.
And then you never saw them again
Yes.
for that week.
100%.
It's like, here's your new friends. You were assigned based on
Yes,
your last name.
assigned friends.
Yeah,
yes.
and you spent a week together learning about the college and the city and what was to come. And after orientation week, and you was over and you went to your real classes, I literally never saw those humans ever again, and I don't know what happened to any of them.
What I will say though was my favorite part about NYU is that NYU's, well, not my favorite part about NYU in general, but orientation week
Mhm.
is that the fraternities there are really lame
Mhm.
because they don't have a campus.
It's not like
So they're
Animal
just-
House or anything.
Well, but they don't even have like there's no campus. There's no real frat
Right.
culture.
Uh-huh.
So they're literally just other areas of the same dorm buildings, but they're trying to be communal
Yeah.
and they're trying to act like fraternities. So they still do the is it called rushing, pledging,
Rushing, yeah,
whatever it is,
pledging, yeah.
which just basically means a bunch of cool free events in New York City.
Uh-huh.
So if you pretend you're going to rush, you get to do all this
Got all
free
these
stuff
cool
in New
parties, yeah.
York, which
That's
was
true.
awesome.
That's good.
And then you don't pledge. It's great.
I was not in a fraternity.
I wasn't either.
I had friends that were in sororities, but they were like service-based sororities. They
Right.
weren't the partying
That's what
ones.
Jessica Andres did.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. And those are cool. Those are great.
But yeah, that's a rabbit hole we went down.
But I did see someone say that college isn't for everyone, and that's okay. And I
Yeah,
just want to
totally
reinforce
totally
that's
true.
very true and very
100%.
okay. And part of the college debt crisis is because we told everyone that you had to go to college,
Yeah.
and then we didn't give them jobs for having gone to college. So, you do you.
Do whatever's right.
I have a master's degree, and while it was fun getting it, I don't need it.
Well, and
Don't tell my parents.
I had a really great opportunity my sophomore year of college, but I come from very academic people, and so I didn't really follow it. And now, like the actor now is going like, "What is wrong with you?" But that's because now I have a context of what a professional
Sure.
career is and how that lines up with formal education. You can train in a variety of ways for a variety of different crafts that may or may not be under the banner or mantle of a formal academic institution.
Sure.
I mean, hell, I learn 90% of what I learn now on YouTube tutorials.
Yeah.
And I still learn it, and it allows me to professionally practice. So
Gabby is touring NYU, and she's worried that because there's no campus, she doesn't know how well she would do. So she's thinking
that's very
of
fair.
Yeah.
I
It's an
thrive.
unusual.
I
It's an
thrive
unusual.
not having a campus.
Yeah, I
That's
loved
good
New
for
York
me.
already going in.
Yes.
So it's like a city I really like.
Yes.
So it was fun to feel like you're in college, but you're also just like living in New York City.
But that's a specific personality type. So
Sure.
there are like my sister is 100% she needed to go to football games and
Mhm.
she needed to be able to be a part of a campus and like feel like she was
Yeah.
away and on the lawn and stuff like that.
Sure.
So
I
it
get that.
really is what suits your own culture.
I went to a
Sure.
small liberal arts college in a small town, but it was up like a mile uphill away from the town. So it was hard to get to the town if you didn't have a car. And it felt really isolated. So like we had a campus, but like you couldn't go anywhere. And it was so cold in the winter. And I found it very isolating. And I did not love that. If it had been like adjacent to town, I might have felt differently. But
How did that compare to your grad school experience?
well, I did have a car in grad school because I was in San Diego and you very much need a car. Grad school was so busy. I mean, grad school was 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. And
Because that's like working while studying, right?
right, we were splitting our time between, we only had classes 4 days a week at the University of San Diego campus, but then the rest of the time we were in rehearsals either on campus or at the Old Globe, which is in Balboa Park, which is like, I mean, it's like a 15-minute drive with no traffic, but sometimes there's traffic. And so I was too busy to do anything other than what I was doing. And my social life was entirely the people that I saw all day, every day. And luckily they were really good people for the most part. But then if there's a bad one, you're just stuck with that person complaining all the time. And I think it is interesting that most of the people I went to grad school with don't talk to each other that much anymore. But when we were together, we were so bonded. I still talk to one person who is very dear to me.
Gabby, I would say that NYU is the opposite of being isolating.
Yes.
Not having, it's like you're overwhelmed by how many
Yes.
people that you're surrounded by all the time
It's a
because
frenetic energy.
you're in New York City.
Yeah.
It
And then
is
you have to find like
not isolating whatsoever.
your people.
Yeah, you got to find your
Mhm.
your clan, but
So it really is a personality thing. It's a matter of where will you thrive, and I think that's the other part is, there's no wrong choices ultimately because it is first of all, you can always transfer.
yeah, that's true.
And
Nothing's forever.
B, you can always then study abroad somewhere else, and some study abroads now are actually studying in different cities.
Yeah.
Like, there are a bunch of people that University of Chapel Hill,
Mhm.
which is right next door to where I'm from. My favorite editor from Non-Transferable and other projects I've worked on, he went to UNC, and they actually had like a study abroad in LA to come out here
Ithaca
and
Yeah.
College has
work
that too.
with, so-
I'm teaching a
specifically
screenwriting course for Belmont University in the summer.
film
for that thing. Yeah,
Cool.
same thing. It's a
Oh.
study abroad.
So you can always then, if you get somewhere and you realize, this actually isn't the culture or the environment that I thrive in, there's always opportunities to move. There's always opportunities
Yeah.
to explore.
I
others.
felt so claustrophobic in Ithaca. I just felt like it was just this tiny town with nothing in it. And I spent a whole year, my entire junior year abroad, and it was amazing. And then senior year, it was hard to it's just like, I just have to get through this.
Because you came back from being somewhere awesome.
Yes, and then it meant that when I was applying to grad school, I knew I was only applying to grad schools in big cities because I wasn't interested in feeling like I was isolated in a small town again. And so, but yeah, I mean, you can do a lot abroad, like depending on your school. I highly recommend if you have the opportunity to study abroad. I mean, I realize a lot of you are in other countries,
My
but
brother was abroad for a year and a half.
Whoa.
For his
Mm.
undergrad experience. He went to China for like 18 months.
Wow, did he like it?
He
I mean,
loved it.
clearly
He thrived.
he wasn't there because he was stuck
Right.
for 18
Right.
months.
And he did different parts of China. That was
big
his
country.
what he really enjoyed doing was checking out like some parts in the country.
What was he
certain
studying?
cities. It was all over the place with
Okay.
a lot of different things.
So it wasn't like one specific class he was doing over
No.
there. Okay.
oh, that's so funny. Gabby says she comes from a super academic medical family, so thinking about pursuing theater next year is a really divisive conversation at the moment.
I feel you, Gabby.
Meet
I feel you.
Brendan.
That's my whole sitch.
Everyone in Brendan's
Whole
family is a
sitch.
doctor.
That's right.
And Kim said a gap year could be good for you. Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thing that
Yeah.
lots of people do.
We have a friend, America Young, who's a director, who said, in my family, you're either a doctor or you're a witch. And I said, in my family, you're either a doctor or a failure.
Aw.
So meet me.
It's funny because it's true.
You're gonna get an honorary PhD one day.
One day.
And
I know just because I
actually
know
do
there's a
that.
lot of
really?
yeah.
Yes. Medical schools give out like honorary alumni
Oh wow.
things for big donors.
Sure.
So, if I have a bunch of money and I
Just
decide to
buy
give
one.
it to
Buy
a,
that doctor.
to a medical.
It's very okay to do what you want with your life
It's
and not
true.
what your parents told you to do.
Speaking of, what are we doing here on this Kickstarter, you guys?
We're making art.
Yeah?
We're telling stories.
What story specifically are we telling?
We're telling Macbeth. We're telling our version of Macbeth. I'm gonna retweet this.
What you retweeting?
My own tweet.
Oh, nice.
Good.
Classic.
Yeah, for those just tuning
Just
in.
for those who want to join
We're
now.
just over the halfway mark of this live stream.
Yes. And we are making A Tale Told by an Idiot, which is Macbeth reimagined in the Silicon Beach world.
Silicon Beach, for those of you who don't know, because not everyone does, is like Silicon Valley, which is in like the Bay Area of California, but down here in LA, out near Venice Beach, Santa Monica, where a lot of these big tech companies have set up shop and are working on super cool stuff like Apple, Facebook, Yahoo, Google, YouTube, the whole
Snapchat.
the works, Snapchat. They're all out there on the beach doing their thing.
Yeah.
You guys, I was sent someone else's sonnet.
Oh.
Someone sent a sonnet.
I will
That's
not
fun.
say whose this is. If you want me
Should
to,
should we
let
set
me
a,
know.
should we
Self-identify-
set a goal for when we're going to read this person's
Oh, yes,
sonnet?
I think we should. And then they can self-identify in the comments if they'd like, but otherwise we will read it anonymously. Should we each take a few lines? Is
sure. Well, right now we're at 13,712.
So if we get to 14,
Maybe if we get
Well,
to 14,
that's-
we can
that's-
read this anonymous
I mean-
one. It's ambitious.
it's ambitious, but I think we can do it. We might have Joey by then. He can help read
Yeah.
the sonnet.
Yes, we might
You
have
know?
Joey by
You know?
then. He is coming.
Hi, Julia. I don't know how you didn't know this live stream was happening.
But here we are.
welcome.
Here we all are talking
Um,
about A Tale Told by an Idiot, which is currently on Kickstarter crowdfunding for the second half of filming and finishing.
Yeah.
We're very excited about this telling of Macbeth, set, as Will was telling us, in Silicon Beach, which is kind of the tech startup area of Los Angeles, Venice Beach. It's all modernized language.
Mhm.
We have taken the original text, taken some creative liberties,
Mm-hmm.
but we are really focusing on telling that story and doing it justice with a modern spin.
It's got the bones of Macbeth, but it's dressed up in a hipster costume.
Mm.
Which is fun.
All the skeletons
Oh.
of Macbeth.
Movie review guy says, "What's the best YouTube song?"
I never really got into U2. That Vertigo
Um,
song was on the radio a lot for a while.
My dad really liked U2, so I feel like I listened to it a lot when I was like in high school. What's that? I think "With or Without You" might be for me
That's
the
a
best.
that's a good one.
The best U2 song. Bye, Lucia. Thanks for joining us. Medieval
Goodbye.
Literature Project sounds right up our alley.
Yeah.
Cool.
That sounds very cool. If there's any feedback or ideas you have of how to incorporate such a project like ours into discussing or teaching Macbeth, that's something.
There was
that-
someone on Twitter
would be
who
really-
you
yeah.
probably saw that, a teacher who teaches
Yes, and
Macbeth
I
every
said,
day.
hey, if there's any ways that while we're filming, we
Yeah,
could
yeah.
help incorporate lesson plan,
Yeah,
let
yeah.
us
It's
know. That'd be
actually
fun.
why we've been making sure to film a clean version. Our script has some swears,
Some naughty
in it.
words, some dankish, brassy rogue words.
some
That's true.
swears, and so we're also recording a version
There's
in
an alt
which
version.
we have alts for all of the things that you might not be able to say in a high school, because the Lizzie Bennet Diaries was such a popular teaching tool, both in literature classes for Pride and Prejudice, but also in media classes in terms of both adaptation and like use of transmedia. It's something I hear so many messages about, and I also hear messages from people all the time that like, oh, we watched some of that in my class, and then I went off and watched the whole thing. Like that's how some people are introduced to the Lizzie Bennet Diaries, which is so funny to me because we never thought of it that way. Gabby, you have done a lot. Please don't feel bad. Can we talk about Captain Marvel, please? Is a request.
Have you seen it?
I have seen it.
All right.
I really enjoyed it. I really liked Brie Larson. I'm very seriously considering getting her hair cut, but I can't until we're wrapped on this show because we already started filming it. But where her hair was like here. What do you guys think?
We're talking about her hair.
Yes,
Yep.
I liked it a lot.
Oh, it
I
was
spent the
good.
whole movie being like, should I get that haircut?
It's a good haircut.
Goose. forever.
Oh,
Yeah,
Goose is great.
that was very
Love
fun.
Goose.
Goose is great.
Love
Flurgan?
the Flurkin.
Flurkins?
Yeah.
Flurkin. Came home to my own little Flurkin.
Where is the
Everyone's so supportive of my haircut idea. Thank you so much. I can't.
That'd be a lot of. That'd be a
can't-
big change, right?
Yeah, I mean,
So-
that would be a
Some
lot of.
inches.
That
yeah.
would be. That would
Have
be
you
like.
ever had it that short?
I have. Oh gosh, guys. Oh, hey. How about when we reach 13,750, I show you a picture when I cut off all my hair.
Oh, all of it?
I mean, I didn't shave my head, but it was like my ears. It was up to my ears.
I mean, I think
Um,
I have almost Bree's haircut from college
Oh,
down to like here.
oh wow.
Wow. Wow.
Choices were made.
Goose is everything.
They did a.
It's
Goose
me, the Scottish
pop figure.
person.
What?
A little pop.
The one who
figure.
tweeted
Oh,
at me
the
and
Goose.
asked me
Oh,
not
Goose.
to do Scottish accents.
Classic.
Oh gosh, we have so many people to thank.
We
Yeah.
do. We have lots of things.
We got
have-
some
we have so
hearts
many
to
things
write
to do.
on, right?
No, I'd be like, we have to read everyone's name out loud who's given before the
Yes.
Kickstarter as well.
Right. That's true.
When-
Purdy is definitely a Flurkin. Yeah.
Our
no,
last
that's-
live stream, we read through Backer 101, I believe.
Mhm.
So we did them in terrible Scottish accents.
But the Scottish person is here now who requested that we don't.
Ah, good. So I'm happy to honor that request.
we will be doing
Um,
Irish accents for this one.
I did. Mayla,
Thanks,
you.
Mayla.
You're so sweet. Sorry,
Every
that
little
this
bit
thing
helps.
Doesn't always give me.
You might want to go towards this corner because
I'm
your
gonna hand
shoulder
it to
is
you.
obscuring.
So you can place it.
Right.
Mayla, you
Oh yes.
dog-hearted,
Mm.
flap-mouthed
Mm.
horn beast.
Horn
Horn
beast.
beast.
Dog-hearted, flat-mouthed horn beast. Our Irish friends says those weren't Irish. Ha ha ha. She says they were bad, but you tried. But they were supposed to be bad
Yes.
for comedy.
Mm-hmm. It seems like a hard one. A good
Oh,
Scottish accent
Gabby.
seems hard.
You're very sweet. What's the best Terrence Malick movie? I think I've only seen The Tree of Life.
Badlands.
He says Badlands.
Probably. I don't know.
I mean, you're much more of like a film snob than I am.
Yeah, Terrence Malick's good. Not my.
Not my
Not-
thing.
not-
Well,
for
he's
me.
not my favorite, but like I appreciate it. I watch it. I like it.
I can't speak.
Thanks,
to,
Paul.
I didn't like The Tree of Life. That's all I can speak to.
Paul says he gave before he knew anything.
That's
Which is
true.
true.
I didn't even realize that was true until you were like, "Yeah, no, you didn't tell me anything about it." I was like, "Oh, right."
That's trust and love, right there.
I know it does. We do have a PO box.
Do we have a PO box? I'd love to make you guys some Idiot Tail bracelets. There is a PO box. I can
Yeah.
tell you the Jigsaw Ensemble, which is
Which
kind
is
of
his production
the production
company.
entity. It's why we have insurance, so everyone's safe and payroll.
It's not why we have insurance. It's how we.
It's
have
how we have
insurance.
insurance. Exactly.
Yeah,
So that should I write that somewhere? Should I?
I
just
can type
say
it into the comments.
Sure,
if you
we
want.
can give the PO box out. You have to specifically say to the Jigsaw Ensemble. They won't just give it to like me,
Oh, okay.
and they won't
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
won't have
So the
their
Jigsaw
names.
Ensemble.
I'm writing
Yeah.
it out.
Ensemble. 1920 Hillhurst Avenue, number 404, Los Angeles, California, 90027. That will come to me, and then I'll decide whether I share it with these guys.
What a jerk.
He shows up one day with all the bracelets.
All the bracelets. What's up, everybody?
Would you? And that's so sweet of you. Thank
Yes,
you so
thank
much.
you.
That's just heartwarming. Would you mind grabbing your laptop, because I think that would be the easiest way for me to get access to reading all the
Yeah.
backers' names after 101.
Indeed.
Because okay, so we're not doing Scottish accents. I mean,
Nope.
you guys vote.
That was the
okay.
request. I'm
just so
happy
you
to
know.
honor the
Oh,
request.
thank you.
We will not appropriate someone else's voice.
Should we put it like attention, Brandon Bradley? Jigsaw Ensemble.
Jigsaw Ensemble, that's
is-
how they know it.
Yeah, that's his
Which is also for safety.
yeah.
It's like they're not. Let me tell you, it's
Um,
real weird when people show up at your apartment. I had to move.
Oh no! Really?
Yeah. It was a couple years ago.
Oh.
All right, our Scottish friend says we can go ahead and do terror. We know they're bad. We're making fun of only ourselves, not your beautiful Scottish accent. Yeah, to the you're logging in.
Yep.
Um,
I do love listening to Alan Cumming speak in interviews.
his audiobook, I listened to the audiobook of Not My Father's Son, which is just a beautiful, devastating
It's like
book.
a memoir.
It's a memoir about his like very abusive father in childhood and kind of how he differentiated himself and moved past that and healed. And he reads the whole thing in a beautiful brogue.
The dashboard.
Alan Cumming is beautiful, full stop.
Yes.
Accurate. Backer report is actually what I mean.
Oh, so sorry.
So we left off
Look at all these backers.
I know.
219 backers.
Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Super cool.
everybody.
Okay, so we were at 101, we think.
Such good names too.
So now we're gonna go up instead of down.
Yep.
Oh boy, now I have to get back into Scottish.
Oh, are we
Wait.
so we're doing Scottish?
I'm
Yeah.
certainly not.
Well, if Will's not, then
I-
let's just read some names.
Okay.
Right? I'm sorry, I don't mean to kill everyone.
I just
Dude,
want to
fuck.
entertain everyone.
Let's start. Do you want me to start? Do you want me to do it?
Paul, we will look into that.
Do you want me to start?
Sure.
Leah Bright,
Alyssa Yorgi,
Katina.
Nick Solani,
Amy Luo,
Alicia Elliott.
Katie Lushbach.
I think it's Ba.
Lushbach.
Ba. I think it's Lush Ba.
Lushbach.
Bexpresso.
Wolf. Nice.
I know, right?
Wolf.
Mad Hatter.
Yeah.
Olivia.
Katrina Newman.
Catherine Mackin.
Caitlin Richards.
Vicky Tan.
Nicholas Ryan Bradley. Thanks, bro.
Anna Veal.
Jacqueline Pretty. Well, that's a fun name.
Caitlin Marshall.
Brianna.
Drew Massey.
Tyler Wood.
Alexis Boozer. Hey, Alexis.
Hannah McLeod.
McLeod.
McLeod. That
Hannah-
sounds like a Scottish name.
Hannah Triplett.
It does. McLeod. Katie.
Anel Sheline.
Shiwan.
Okay.
Don Bradley. Thanks, Dad.
This is just lined up perfectly. Jessica.
Tina Bow.
Stephanie Slattery.
Caitlin.
Simon Chang.
Ruth Aird.
Maggie Schaff.
Juliana Zucala, of course, who has a signed copy of Bear With Us from a
Oh,
shipwreck live stream,
nice.
I believe. If memory
Andrew
serves.
Morris.
Bye, movie review guy. Thanks for
Thanks for
Oh, now
everything.
they're saying
Bye,
that
movie review guy.
now they're saying that the accents entertain them. Okay, do a bad Scottish accent.
Andrew Morris.
Aaron Craner.
Catherine Fay. Well, it's not the worst.
Melissa Harkin.
No, it's bad. Lizzie Carter.
Sam Oglesby. Mine's too Irish.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kristen Stickley.
Sarah Byers.
Adrian Bross.
Sophie.
Guest 11149568842.
Colleen Cohn.
Sydney Fromm.
Kristen Evanson Hurst.
Karen Rustad.
Ashley Romer.
Mary Hillhouse.
Samantha Duncan.
Naomi.
Julia.
Kim Bernstein.
Kevin.
Caitlin.
Val Fryer.
Nikki Kohler.
Jennifer Polamus.
Randan Wesley Morgan, I assume.
Yes.
Ah, nice.
Jill May.
Amber Budden.
Victoria Eddington.
David Vitaro.
Celeste Gamble.
Betty Cross.
Hazel Epic.
Casey Tyler.
Katie Rosignol.
Kate Howlett.
Betsy.
Juliet.
Caroline Tobin.
Madison Goodry.
Iris Van Zeist. Zelst.
Jay Bushman.
Stephanie.
Faye Simmons.
Annelle May.
Annabelle.
Annabelle May.
Zarko Skerkovsky.
Nicola Kumar.
Rebecca B.
Tabitha Langley.
Abby Page.
Tara Kinney.
South Bank.
Allison Hastings.
Richard Hurst.
Anna Noonham.
Newton, I think. Lisa Murdoch.
Alyssa Roberts.
Jane Lochter.
I feel like a pirate doing that.
Yeah,
Yes.
and we sound
Yeah.
like bad
Sorry.
pirates.
Tim
Bad
Wade,
pirates.
so
Hank Green.
Special shout out to Hank Green, who retweeted us today and brought us
Thanks, Hank.
many donations.
Thanks, Hank.
Backers. Hendrik Pear,
Greg Fiala,
Kate Yanchulis.
Ryan King,
James Walker.
Alison Osborne.
Melissa McGregor,
Oh, nice.
Melissa McGregor.
Nice. Jess Unrein. Ryan.
Neutral Awesome.
Regina,
Liam Aarons.
Emily Tums.
Krista Belseth,
Emily.
Paul D. Perez.
Ryan Trotter,
Emma Lucor.
Aga.
Jessica Chamberlain,
Christian Hugen Ings. Wait, how do you? Ingeson. Ingeson.
yeah,
That's a good one. There's a
Yeah,
flash through
sure.
the O.
Great.
Nordic.
Look at that.
So that catches us up to our backers
There you go.
currently.
I mean, everyone I know is a pirate.
Yeah, Kim, we're pirates.
It's not Scottish, but A for effort.
It's almost
Yeah,
like you sound
it's
like the
very
Game
More
of
like a
Thrones
B-
characters.
for
That's
effort.
not
I was
bad.
listening to David Tennant's podcast earlier today, so that's a failure on my part. But
It's Norwegian.
Norwegian.
yeah,
Cool.
there we go.
Oh, there's pledged hearts from Maitland.
Maitland Vastag.
Don't forget my pledged heart. I'm so sorry, Maitland. Did we put you?
These look like
And did she get an
the
insult?
Valentine's Day things.
That's true. I couldn't come up with a shape that was specific to.
A dagger.
Mm.
That's just very difficult for me to cut out a lot of. You guys sure did accents. Yeah, we talked different than we normally talk, and that's the best we can say about that.
Was it different?
Maitland, you dissembling, murderous elf skin.
Elf skin.
The skin of an elf.
I like that.
Why is that bad?
Elf skin?
Because
I feel like-
elves are.
Really? I feel like elves are like magical.
Well, we think
Well,
that
now we think
now,
that.
but maybe elves
Before
were
we
like
knew better.
There was a time.
gonna
Yeah,
sneak
20
around and do
years.
mischief.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, there's fairies in Shakespeare. There's not a lot of elves.
So now that we've confirmed that we can't do Scottish accents, is there anything you want to know about perhaps something we can do, like storytelling and filming and editing and making this project? Any questions people have?
Elf
Well, speaking of
skin
daggers-
is the skin of a fairy.
Mhm.
And you starveling, you elf skin is from Henry the Fourth,
Gabby, that sounds awesome.
Act 2.
Pin the bloody dagger on Caesar.
That's fun.
Oh,
That's a high school game. We should come up with a game,
Also very morbid.
a Macker's game at some point.
yeah, maybe for our next live stream.
Mm-hmm. You checking in with Joey,
Yeah,
seeing where he's at. What time was he supposed to join us?
now.
Oh, perfect. What's your favorite part of starting a new project?
I always like getting on set. That's my favorite part of it, being on set. So, and then it feels real too. You're
Mhm.
there with the camera and the lights and the people. So that's my favorite part.
Cool.
Ashley, do you have
Your
a
teacher
favorite
never
part
let you
of the
say
new
that.
project?
Macbeth. Well, being on set is my favorite place to be in the whole world. So, yeah, but I guess, I mean, when I get a new project where it's different, like if I'm just an actor, then I do really enjoy like getting to start reading the script and really figuring out who this person is. But that process was different as like a co-creator because we kind of figured out who my character was a lot in the writing.
Mhm.
Joey's parking.
Good luck, Joey.
Oh, is it?
It was pretty tough.
It's
I
because
snuck in
it's
there.
because it's a
Yeah,
beautiful day.
It is.
and so
Everyone's
people
out
are
and
in the
about.
park. I live by a park. So yeah, I mean, my favorite part of starting a new project is maybe just like all the possibilities of all the things that are going to happen, all the magic we're going to make.
Yeah, that's
Um,
fun. All the things you didn't plan for that happened.
Yeah, well, which I think
Yeah.
is again really like getting to set, basically. Like my favorite part about starting to write a new project is nothing. I also really struggle to get started writing. I'm always glad to have written, but it's we should consider how we're gonna fit Joey in.
I can move
This
back.
is-
If you put a chair behind, I feel like he should be closer to the camera. He's what the people are paying for. That's the. I know my place.
Well, there's a lot of
I'm
room
also
over by
tall.
where I was sitting.
Elves are
So-
not fairies. Agree, Sophie. Don't know. Take it up with Shakespeare. What's your favorite part of it? We did that.
But people start to
What's your favorite thing about working together? We love each other.
Yeah, I mean
Um.
that's why we decided to work together in the first place.
So yeah, maybe I'll move over here
Alright.
and we'll throw Joey
Yeah.
there.
front and center.
And also scooch back
Sure,
a
sure.
titch. Now I'm blocking all the names.
All the names. Oh, the
Um,
hearth names.
Something that
Oh, nice catch.
that Brendan and I realized during Sona is that we approach some things very differently, and while that can create conflict in the moment, what it actually means is ultimately that because we sort of process things differently, that we ultimately come up with solutions that neither one of us would have been able to come up alone. Come up by
Two
so
brains are greater than one, right?
yeah, and then we added this third brain. And so again, that does mean sometimes that like we're butting heads because people want different things or think of things differently, but it also means that when we're problem solving a plot problem or a like how do we shoot this problem,
Sure.
that we have more brains and like these are collaborators I trust.
Yeah, and then you get on set and there's even more brains and more smart
Yeah,
people that
you know.
care about the project and understand what's going on.
And while you do need to have clear leadership so that doesn't turn into like a free for all
Chaos.
of like
Yeah.
like I was on a set the first time I ever made anything I wrote Hello Giggles, weirdly enough. Joey Hello Giggles hired me to write these like branded things that were like not an ad, but was like a series in which we were talking about barefoot wine. And when there were things on set, sometimes the client wanted a line suggestion, and the other actors, because I was acting in it, the other actors didn't realize that I had written it. And so I was like pitching different lines, and some of the other actors were like pitching lines too, which is like not their job and was
that's-
like inappropriate. And I was like, I'm the writer. And so like you do want to have like clear leadership, but working with people that you trust, working with people that you think are like kind of funny and brilliant in slightly different ways than you are. Joey!
Joey's
here.
speaking of.
Hello.
Perfect.
We created a seat for you that you cannot get to.
Thank you.
I'll
I'll
the guys aren't.
Would you like a
We're not even in the final four
Would you
anymore.
like a
Is that where you're?
lacrosse?
No, but I just found that out today. Thank you. I found that out. I just went to a lacrosse. How are you guys? How are you guys?
Thanks for coming.
Hi.
This is Joey Richter, everybody.
Hi,
You
guys.
may know him from Star Kid,
Star
What's
Trek.
that?
Star
Star
Trek,
Wars.
Star Wars,
all
Wouldn't
the
that be
star
great?
things?
Dancing with the
Dancing
stars.
Dancing with the Stars.
Dancing
a
with the
Star is
Stars
Born.
Junior.
Hi guys. How
Hi.
are you?
We have a hi from Ann Arbor from Gabby.
Oh, look at it.
Yeah.
Hey guys. Hi.
Blue.
It's Joey,
This is
guys.
very
It's
fun.
Joey.
Look at this. Oh, you guys reset. You have your computer set to the dark
Dark
version.
mode.
Dark
Dark
mode,
mode.
I
we
love
do.
dark mode.
Is it really? It also saves battery, right?
Yes.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
I
That's,
just
that's why a lot of people use
like,
it on their phones and whatnot.
not a lot of the
I should do
brightness.
that
I
too.
use dark mode on as everything that I can because it's just makes my eyes less tired from all the bright.
That's true. Is it just a setting on your phone? You
Yeah.
just flip a switch,
Well,
or
I
do
don't-
it in app for this?
Twitter, it's in app with the new Apple update. It's an option for the whole computer, but then it like, for instance, it doesn't work. You can see that like it works for like files and things, but if I open
Oh.
up a non-Apple app, then
I
it's all
see.
just bright
I
white.
see. I think I have my YouTube set as it on my phone. So I don't know.
So we're here to talk about A Tale Told by
yeah.
Idiots.
Where we at?
We're at 13763.
Guys,
Oh,
I think
wait,
we can
guys.
at
Which is
least
very
get
exciting.
to 15.
we were going to read a sonnet at what?
We
Ooh.
passed that number.
Oh, we
so
passed the numbers.
the person whose sonnet this is in the chat. So if you would like to identify yourself, please
You
do.
can.
I'm not going to out you.
But-
Perhaps Joey would like to read this.
Oh,
So-
my sonnet.
So we read a couple Shakespeare sonnets.
Okay.
Yes.
I read a sonnet that I wrote in high school.
You wrote a sonnet.
Yeah, Brendan
Because
read
it
a
was on her
sonnet
laptop. And then I went in my
that
Dropbox and I
he
found one.
wrote in high school.
Yes.
And so then one of our esteemed backers sent me one that he wrote. He doesn't specify how. He says ages ago.
Okay.
And so would you like to give a cold dramatic reading of
Of
this?
course. Now
Yes.
the question is with a sonnet, what qualifies as sonnet?
Oh, a
again?
sonnet is it's
Just refresh my memory.
14 lines.
Mhm.
It's A B A C.
Oh my God.
I think it's A
Ends
B.
with a couplet.
Ends with the last two lines are a couplet, but before that it's every line has 10 syllables. And the rhyme scheme is A B A C
Okay.
C D C
What is it?
A, B, A,
CDC.
B, C, D,
yeah, sorry,
C,
A B
D.
A B C D C C. Yes,
C,
four
D,
of them.
E.
No, because you're missing. That would only be 10 lines. So that's A B C D C D E F E F
That,
G G
Yes.
is the rhyme scheme of that. And they're
Yeah.
But that's a Shakespeare sonnet, and I think that there are other definitions of sonnets.
Yes, and there are different rhyming schemes.
There are
still
different
being
rhyming
told.
schemes, and some of them only have 8 syllables per line. But a Shakespeare sonnet has which is an Elizabethan sonnet. I can't remember. God, I studied all of this.
Someone just sent me fan art of
Oh my
us
God,
sitting
of
on
the
the
live
stream.
stream?
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Amazing.
That's
Thank you.
amazing. Who sent
Do
that?
people
Let me
know?
see.
Do they want to make storyboards?
Yeah.
Because we could use
Someone-
them.
Valerie,
I
thank you,
only have
Valerie.
3
Thanks, Valerie.
brain cells.
That's awesome.
Do people know that we're
These
sitting
are some words.
in the Sona spaceship?
Oh, that we're in the spaceship?
Yeah.
That we're in
This-
the area where
this
the
is where-
spaceship is?
we
This
built the
was
spaceship.
a spaceship.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we're insane.
If you follow the hashtag do the thing, make the thing, you can see this little area turn into a spaceship.
Or
So
just
do it.
scroll back on my Twitter for a year.
Yeah. There it is.
Okay.
So this is a dramatic reading of one of our backers'
Yeah, so the
own
Okay.
sonnets
Yeah,
from
I was
youth
gonna-
or from many years ago.
Okay, here we go. I sail around the atmosphere each night, feeling like a one-man committee. Yet clouds surround me, being satellite. I can't escape the pull of gravity. Then suddenly, answering my plight, my hope and sparing me insanity, below me I could see a glimpse of light, stirring through my void reality. With fields of green and endless rolling hills and forests there, this must be by design, a work of art with lines and lakes of blue. How can it be giving me such thrills? This body is celestial, nay, it is divine. Now I know that I belong on planet U. That's really nice.
That one's so
Nice.
much better
That's
than
really
our
nice.
sonnet. Heck
Planet
yeah.
Wow.
U is. That's pretty good.
8th grade me is very jealous of that penmanship.
Oh,
That's-
was yours 8th grade?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, mine was like senior year of high school,
So
and
Great.
and probably the worst one. So
I
that's,
think
that's
I-
all
Did
I'm
you ever
saying.
write a sonnet,
Um,
I
Joey?
don't think so. We might have had to, but it's long gone. It's lost on a Windows 95 somewhere.
That was exciting. Should we tease? You know, we're at.
Oh,
we're
do you
at-
want to show Joey's
Well, we're at
poster?
13763.
Fine.
Garrett,
If we
have
get
you
to
seen your
138, should we?
Show Joey's poster. I
Yeah,
think
we'll
that
we'll
sounds
reveal
good.
Joey's
But wait,
poster.
now I'm just gonna make
that I
sure that
made?
I didn't miss anybody. I've got my notifications on, but I don't know. Oh my gosh, Julie! Thank you so much.
Thank you, Julie.
Julie.
Did that just come in?
Jules, she
Yeah.
upped it.
That's your own.
Oh, my arm's
Get the
great.
stitches
man.
out?
Yeah, get
Oh,
stitches
look at
out.
that. It's
Yeah,
all
yeah.
done.
Yeah.
Guys, I was going to do a big announcement about this, but for those of you who don't know, I used to have like this cyst guy on my arm. He's like this little bulbous guy, and I just got him removed.
I thought it was your
It's
twin that you had consumed in the womb.
It is.
Yeah.
It's doughy.
Joey Richter.
Doughy Rector.
So we're also giving out
Yeah, what are
custom
these?
Shakespeare insults
It's like
from
a generator.
this
Oh.
incredible book that my brother gave me years ago. So,
Should we hold it up to the audience just to,
oh yeah, if you
for
want
those that are just tuning in?
tuning in, this is what we're drawing our insults from. Fantastic book.
Yes.
And then we're looking up the meaning of these insults in
using my
in the
lexicon.
lexicon.
We're
Also,
giant nerds.
fantastic book.
Rudesby.
A traitorous, burly-boned Rudesby.
Are you just flipping
Rudesby.
through randomly?
Yeah.
Traitorous, burly-boned Rudesby. What is a Rudesby?
And then we'll
Let's
grab.
find out.
That's gonna be
Lexicon.
volume 2. Where's volume 2?
Can Steve grab it? Yeah, it's underneath the Bear With
Oh.
Us DVDs.
Because it's alphabetical. You need both
I
of
see.
them.
And there's a lot. And who wants a book that's twice the thickness of one of these?
Yeah, no, you'd never be able to. But it's like if you're gonna travel with it, you're gonna take both. It's not like you're like, I only need one half of the alphabet. A Rudesby is a coarse fellow. It's from Shrew and Twelfth Night.
Great.
Of course, fellow. A brute. You traitorous, burly-boned Rudesby.
Right? It's
I
fun.
like these. These are fun.
Joey, because you're here, I will give you a custom insult.
Okay, please.
Oh.
You are a foul-reeking, fool-born flirtgill.
Ooh,
Oh, somebody
what?
else again.
Kill.
Triple F.
Foul-reeking, fool-born flirtgill.
So full-born, we know your parents are fools. Born
Thanks.
fools. Right?
Foul-reeking, we're clear on. And
Clear on that.
I feel like a
Flirt
flirtgill,
gill.
it probably sounds like a
Like
flirt.
Fish.
like a like a slutty fish.
Like
Yeah,
a
like
slutty-
a slutty fish. What other comments are we getting?
Someone said my guess is
Kickstarter,
the
Kickstarter,
idiot is the
Kickstarter,
one with the
Kickstarter.
hat.
Look, you just got a bunch of little
Thank you.
notifications.
Oh, is that a? Are you an Ohio State fan?
Are there acting tips?
Ooh, acting tips.
By the way, someone tweeted at us that they couldn't believe you weren't watching TV today because it's a Duke game or something.
You? Yeah, it's Duke right now. They're playing
Yep.
Michigan State.
Yeah, if Brendan cared more about sports, he probably wouldn't be.
Final Four.
Wow. So it's Michigan State.
Oh.
I will always
Yeah.
support art
Who won
first.
the other game?
A flirtgill is a woman of light behavior.
Oh,
Oh.
light behavior.
From
I prefer my women to have heavy
And we'll
behavior.
play Auburn, Texas Tech will play Michigan.
Mm.
the abbreviation mean? I might get stressed about this.
Well, the Final Four set, guys. Of basketball.
I do not follow college basketball,
I-
but I have
I
enough
don't
friends
either.
that do.
Yeah.
Don't
That,
I know a
know
little bit
anything
about
on
it.
college basketball.
So how's the stream been so far?
It's
What
been
have you guys
delightful.
up to?
We had some
Delightful.
compliments.
Yeah.
Ooh, compliments.
Gave away 2 Bear With Us DVDs.
It's true.
Very good.
And he
One
signed
more
them.
to go, and I signed them. If you want Joey to sign them too, I bet you will.
Oh my gosh,
If
you
you want
guys,
a Joey
you guys
Richter
doing
signed
it
Bear
again?
With Us DVD.
Yeah, I'll do it. I ain't been in it.
But you saw it.
I saw it,
Where are we at?
and I liked it.
Yeah, I don't know. This app doesn't like update as quickly. We're at 774 with 13,774.
Dang.
Great. So
Um,
we're $30 away, or $26 away.
Gabby does want Joey
You
to sign
guys
this DVD. I'm gonna make him.
thank you so much to Gabby, Mela, and
You've seen him.
Valeria. All just increase their pledges.
Well,
Thank you so much.
Thank you
You're
so
lucky.
much.
Always happens.
This is
We have
this is
3 insults incoming.
the most unique copy of the Bear With Us DVD,
I'm gonna let
signed by Joey Richter.
A movie
he's,
I had nothing to do with, signed by me.
But you
Fantastic.
saw it that one time.
I did, and I had a great time.
I signed a bunch of copies of Pride and Prejudice during the Lizzie Bennet stuff. I bet you signed a bunch of Harry Potters.
Mm-hmm.
And I would write on it, I didn't write this. And then I stopped doing it. But then someone gave me something, like someone gave me a Harry Potter at some point to sign. And I was like, I'm
Huh?
very
Yeah.
much not.
But you don't go to like
this.
Barnes and Noble and just take copies off the shelf of Pride and Prejudice and sign
No.
on the inside. That'd be fun. Though.
People suggest, so there is
Illegal.
a
Yes.
book with my face on it because they're the Secret
Yes.
Diary of Lizzie Bennet. And people were like, you should do that. And I was like, I'm still not the author of that. Like, I'm not going to. Gabby, would you like to read the insult? Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Gabby, you
Are a hedge-born, dizzy-eyed Cullion.
Yes.
yes, you are.
Hedge-born, I imagine you're born
It's
in the
quite a
hedges.
Born in
Sharp
hedge.
C.
Instead of a
I'm going to
hospital.
look up Culligan, though.
Cullion. Dizzy-eyed means.
I mean,
Is it
Probably
like a
hedge-born like you're
scullion?
poor.
Yeah, there's a lot of poverty insults in this.
Yeah,
This
there
is
are.
low
this is very
class, man.
classist.
It is extremely classist, but so much of Shakespeare is about
Class.
the
With a capital K.
a cullion is a mean wretch.
A mean wretch.
A mean wretch.
I mean, that's kind of
So not only are you poor and
dizzy-eyed probably means you're like
Drunk?
looking at all kinds of dumb stuff you shouldn't look
Oh,
at.
Gabby's asking if we can sign the DVD as well.
Yes.
Oh,
Sure.
yes, we can.
So
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I did a podcast with
More.
my best friend Eric Scott Smith for a long time, who had a very prolific film career very early in his youth. And when we were doing the podcast, he would get DVDs to give away, and I have signed so many movies that I'm not in.
You're
It's
like,
a
so funny.
delight.
Okay, do that, and then
All
we're
right.
not done with these.
These insults.
Yeah.
Excellent.
All right. I'll sign that in a second.
All right.
Oh, I wrote Malia like you're Obama, but it's Mela.
Nice try.
Nice try. I'm gonna
But
try
you know
that
what?
again.
We can all hope.
Mela.
Mela, you're
Mela.
breaking
Is
my
that
heart. You're
Mela.
shaking my confidence, baby.
I just
Nope.
like being insulted, I think.
Mela. Well, then Joey, wait, you can do it again. No, okay. Spell it correctly on this side. Mela, you.
Okay, Mela, you churlish, bait-breeding varlet. Is a varlet different from a harlot?
Or Scarlet.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
Or a
yeah.
scarlet? Right?
Mela, I'm putting you right next to you. There's two Melas right here.
I'll look up varlet.
Great. And then I have
You need-
one
yeah, the other one, too.
more here. Valeria, which sounds very Shakespearean. Your name sounds like Shakespeare. Valeria Crabbe. Actually sounds like a Harry Potter character. Valeria.
Varlet, VAR.
So I booked up Harlot to compare whenever you get to Varlet.
Okay. Oh,
there we go. Oh, there's such a short
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
A varlet is a servant to a knight.
Servant to a knight.
Okay.
Okay.
That doesn't seem bad.
My horse, be likewise.
Troilus and Cressida.
Okay.
I call thee my varlet.
Used in a kind of hermaphroditical form between varlet and harlot
Ooh.
to denote a person in his forepart a varlet and in his hind part a harlot. Okay.
What? Wow.
Thou art thought to be Achilles' male varlet. Male varlet, you wrote. What's that? Why, his masculine whore. That's from Troilus and Cressida 2.
So it's literally
the
means
sequel?
A
different things.
term of approach, knave, rascal. That
Okay.
also makes sense.
Okay,
too.
that makes sense. And what plays are that?
That is
That
a
looks
lot.
like it's a lot of plays.
TP,
Tempest.
great. Wife,
Mary
Mary
Wives.
Wives
Wives.
of Windsor. Measure for measure. Much ado.
Henry the
Fourth.
Fourth.
Henry IV, 2, Troilus and Cressida.
You need a lexicon to
Coriolanus,
interpret the lexicon.
Cymbeline. No, it's true. Like it's all these tiny. It's
What's
tiny.
LR?
Love Labor's
Love is
Lost.
Labor's-
Uh-huh. Like it's you have to kind of know Shakespeare in order. Okay, so Valeria, you Joey, would you like to do this again?
Yes.
Since you're here.
Gleeking. You gleeking fusty gudgeon.
Ooh, nice.
Gudgeon.
Gleeking is someone who watches Glee too much. They're gleeking, man. You've been gleeking.
They're leaking, man.
Hey, it does make me want to look up what that is. But
Where are we in our process?
great question.
Are we at a reveal yet?
What did we say we were going to do? We're at 13,774.
Great.
That's the same.
All right. So we're 26 away from reviewing Joey's
Joey's
From
New
where are
poster?
you going to?
new
Where are
art.
you trying to get to?
Well, we're trying to get to 25,000.
That makes sense.
That's total.
Can we do it today?
Wouldn't that
Can we
be
do it
cool?
right now?
Gleek is to scoff.
Isn't that what they call that thing where you like?
You spit,
Spit?
from the gland
yeah.
underneath your tongue.
That's clearly a modern usage.
And it squirts
Like
out.
when people go,
Yeah. You know what? You can't do
I
it.
can't do it. I have
Can't
no
do
skill.
it.
Gleeking is genuinely like cheeky or too proud, always making twisted abominations.
Will you sign this DVD?
Yes, let me sign this DVD that I am not in.
Gleeking, not tweaking. That's true. So yeah, guys, I'm excited about this project.
Yeah, you want to talk about
Oh
what it's,
yeah.
you know,
What my experience has been so far?
yeah,
It's been great.
the on-set stuff?
Yeah,
You were on day one.
I was on day one.
You haven't
which
gotten
was,
to do a lot of your major stuff yet.
Right.
but that's okay.
We need your
Fun.
money.
I did a really solid job of doing some business that you won't necessarily
true.
catch on screen.
He did
He's
the
good.
crap out of that.
I did some
business.
good business off screen
Business,
that
yeah.
you will be able to feel
On-
in the vibe of
on
the scene.
screen.
On screen, but I'm not the central focal point.
People are
The
excited about the
background.
nose ring.
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
We did pierce his septum
Yeah.
for this. It was very nice of you to. Did that hurt?
No, for like the first day, and the second day it was pretty fun.
How long did the tattoo last? Or did you wash it off that day?
Roxy took it off.
Roxy
before
took it
that.
off right there
Yeah.
because she put a special coat on it that would have made it
Difficult for
hard
you
to
get
hard
off.
to rub off.
Yeah, I think when we shoot the next time, though, we might try to make that tattoo last a few days. So you might
That's
be
cool.
like,
That's
Or
great.
a few
Actually-
years.
oh, check this.
Mm,
Roxy
lifetime.
Roxy, first of all, this is how cool our makeup artist is. Roxy texted me last night. I was in Captain Marvel, so I didn't see it.
You were
till-
in Captain Marvel?
Yeah, I was.
Congrats.
Go watch it again. You'll see me. I was in the theater watching Captain Marvel with my eyeballs, and but she texted me at like 9:30 last night, saying that she was thinking about how we want to get more tattoos for Joey,
Mm.
and that if we buy our own tattoo transfer paper, you can print tattoos
Like
at
anything?
home. Yeah,
Yeah.
Wow.
and I have used that before, so I don't know why I didn't think of it. But she was like, we could print some Macbeth quotes and put them on him.
Mm.
And you would never be able to read them. And it would just be this like hidden thing that we would know. And now you know because
Or like
you're
one of
here
the-
in this live
The
stream.
characters.
If you donate
Yeah.
$5,000 more, you can have us tattoo whatever you want onto Joey Rager.
Yes.
That's
I like this.
Yeah, you can pick a
That's good.
tattoo.
I like this.
You can pick a tattoo that
A
will
real
go on my
one.
body.
A real tattoo that Joey will
Do you have
actually get.
tattoos?
No, I've been thinking about it though.
What have you been thinking about?
Like-
If you
I'd only
don't
get a
mind
block
sharing.
The Michigan blockhead.
Yeah.
That's probably the only thing I'd feel comfortable with getting tattooed, because I'm like, it has to be something that will age well,
Mm-hmm.
obviously, and it has to be something that I go.
M's will never fall out of fashion.
No, and also like,
gonna stick around.
yeah, and like this specific Michigan M, I go, it's probably one of the only symbols of something that means a
Oh.
lot to me.
Oh, this is a good idea. Can we get Idiot Tail Temp tattoos as a perk?
Ooh, I love that.
That
Pretty good.
Oh, hey, Jamie.
So Joey, will the M be facing outwards, or will it be the kind of thing like if it's on your arm, if you look at it, it's upright?
Oh, this is silver.
Well,
Because if it's right for you, it'll be a W for other people. On your arm, for example.
our buddy Dylan has a tattoo right here.
The M,
And that's like it's like a drawing of something.
that seems very painful. It's like a
I know
tender
someone.
spot.
I know someone who has Pennsylvania, the shape of the state of Pennsylvania right there, because that's where he's from.
Yeah, I mean that's a good place because people can't really tell it's there. You know,
No,
It's
you
like,
can very much tell it's there.
you
Thank
can,
you,
but like
Jamie. She's making this.
Saunders,
he-
yeah, Dylan
Oh.
Saunders.
Thank you, Jamie. Because I recognize
Ooh.
his name.
Get close
Jamie,
to that
you-
14.
There we go. There we go.
Jamie,
Sorry,
you
14.
beef-witted,
Can I get
Beef
25?
mud-meddled
Mud-
hag.
Mm.
You
be a
beef-witted,
good call.
mud-meddled hag. If you're just joining us, we're giving out custom
Right.
Shakespeare insults. I think the world of you, Jamie. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jamie. And which puts us into the Benny Bankwell reveal.
Ooh, wait. Can I do Caitlin
Yes.
first?
Do Caitlin
Um,
first.
Caitlin.
Ooh, hooray! Hooray is such a weird word.
I know.
Hooray!
I-
Like we all say
I should-
hooray, but it's like hooray. That's how it's spelled.
It's-
Harumph.
Hoorumph. Yeah, it's
Uh,
more. We could try to say it like harumph, but it's more like hooray, hooray.
Caitlin,
Thank you,
you.
Caitlin.
Joey, would you like to do this?
Caitlin is a craven, swaggering measle.
Oh,
That's
swagger is cool now.
I do like the swagger.
Yeah.
Craven. But I think in this case it means like arrogant.
Mm.
Craven, swaggering, measle. I'm just trying to put these where they can be.
Like an actual
Same.
measle.
Yeah, but the French good. That's nice. Cool.
Now
So,
we
should
have
we
a
reveal-
reveal of Joey's new.
So if you're just joining us, we our first day into the campaign, we realized our messaging, our branding was a little confusing. And
Some
so
people thought it might be animated, which it is a teeny bit, but it's primarily a live action show.
Right.
And so to clarify,
So we went back in and started making brand new posters for everything, and out of that came a poster of Ashley that you can see on the Kickstarter campaign as our kind of new branding for the show, for
which
A
is in
Tale
the
Told by an
description
Idiot.
of this video.
And then we took a Lady M quote and put it next to her and kind of repurposed it. So what I started doing was getting all of the cast, their photo in the same style.
with a quote,
from their character.
that applies to also our
Story.
adaptation.
Yes. So this is Joey's.
Uh oh.
Oh no. This is Joey's.
From a selfie. I took.
on set.
And his quote
Always
is,
good, dude.
"Set me up."
Ooh, see, here's the funny thing. I played. Ooh, look how that looks dark.
Right? Doesn't that look so different
Looks like I
than
got the crap.
you.
that nose ring is
Imagine that, like those bruises set me up. Guys, I played Banquo in college, and I don't remember any
that's
of the
crazy.
lines.
I didn't realize
Well,
that.
Mhm.
Oh, I didn't realize that either. But a lot of
Try to
the
find
quotes that we've
Good.
taken are just like because they're mostly like no more than 3 or 4 words. Are like "screw your courage" is recognizable. "A charmed life" is recognizable. Like those are some of the more famous quotes. But for some of them, we just chose stuff that really like fit the world that we were in, and the character that we're in, and the character that it's for. And so like it's obviously part of a longer phrase, but pulled out like that.
Yeah.
It's
So that is the reveal of Benny.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
and
sending it to you so that you can share it and gram it. And
this is what I looked like as Banquo in college. I'm the guy on the screen
You're the
right.
Joey Richter type.
I'm the
Yes.
Joey Richter type.
Probably screen left for them, maybe. I don't. Or
Oh, is it screen? Is
or
it reversed?
is that a mirror image?
yeah, it's mirror image.
Well, I was supposed
See
to.
how the words are
It was all
backwards?
set in a war hospital.
Oh damn.
So like it was like set in like a bombed out church that they ended up turning into like a hospital. So
Gabby
like,
thinks she saw you as Banquo. Gabby, I don't know if you
Really?
were alive then.
did you see it at the Power Center?
Joey's 50.
I'm a 50-year-old man. That wasn't Nick Strauss. That was a guy
You've
named
aged
Tom
very
Wilson.
well.
Thank you. But yeah, I played Banquo in college, and it was cool because my character had a wounded leg, so I got to sit down the whole show and sleep in bed.
Nice.
I was in like a old fun wooden
I'm gonna
wheelchair.
lie,
the
that's
whole
Yeah, Gabby's
That's a
school
dream
went
role.
to see that production.
Wow.
That's amazing. The internet is magic.
Yeah, you did see me. You saw a lot of people you probably didn't
Such
realize. Well, Nick Strauss. You saw definitely some Stargate people. My good friend Palm.
You know, Palm.
Yeah, you know Palm. Yeah, you know Palm. We were at you saw Palm as
I've been in
Duncan.
Palm's apartment
You saw who other people?
because when we went to New York and did.
I stayed with
Palm.
Palm. What other, I mean, it was a Michigan show, so you probably saw. Was Brian in that show? Brant was not in that show.
What a small world.
That's so
so
crazy.
That's really neat.
My school, Palm Kosh. Yeah. That's fun. That is fun.
That's
Yeah.
neat.
I hope you didn't see the production in which the fire alarm went off,
Whoa.
I hope you did.
because there was a production where the fire alarm went off in the middle of one of Lady M's monologues.
What set it off?
Ladies and Lady
saying
M's
the
monologue.
words, saying
Yeah.
the name in the
They were
theater.
like out, brief, candle.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, and I was sleeping on a bed at that one point, and all of a sudden it just goes, and I was like,
When you pretend to sleep on stage, is this what you do?
yes, I was sleeping just like this. Well,
Like
I had
an
my face
angel.
turned away, and then it had to be this weird thing where everyone kind of had to get up and go. And like, I sat down in a little wheelchair and just wheeled myself off stage.
Oh my
So,
god. I was in a show at the Old Globe that was in the round.
She said she was there when the fire alarm went off.
Oh my gosh.
That is so funny.
This is weird, guys.
Yeah.
Joey, say some other stuff.
Because it was like a day. It was like a day show. Because
Yeah,
I
it
remember
makes
we all
sense.
went out.
It's
So they
Because
went for school.
Yeah.
Because
Oh
we
my
went
gosh, you know why
outside.
the fire alarm went off? It's because someone there on a field trip was like,
Gabby,
I
did
don't
you pull
wanna
the
be
fire
here.
alarm?
Hey, was it?
Was it you?
Was it?
I was in a show at the Old Globe that
That's
was
so crazy.
in their smaller theater that's in the round, and someone had some kind of medical episode, and the paramedics came and like took them out, but like, which means the audience is facing the audience and they can see each other, but we didn't stop. We just kept doing the play.
What play was it?
It was a play called Since Africa, which is unpublished. But it was, we all were like, what do we do? But like, there's nowhere to hide. It's a very small theater and we're surrounded by the audience on all sides. And the audience can very much see that the paramedics are taking somebody away, but for some reason, we didn't. And the fastest way for the paramedics to get to the loading dock was through the backstage. And so like the paramedics were back there. And the lead of the show, who was like this 50-year-old woman, went back and like shushed them when they were trying to treat the guy, and I was like,
What ended up happening? What was?
I don't know. He got taken away to the hospital. I'm sure he's fine.
Maybe the performances were just so good.
I saw the goater who was Sylvie on the West End.
Uh-huh.
And a guy, I was in the balcony, and a guy had a heart attack in the middle of the show.
Mhm.
And the paramedics came, and they kind of briefly stopped on stage because they knew something was going on, but they weren't sure what, and they kind of just held and were making sure everything was fine. And then they would pick up again, and then hold, and then pick up again. And the paramedics were trying to get the man to leave the theater because he was like, he kind of like recovered, but clearly was in a fragile place.
Yeah.
He
And they were trying to like get him up, and he refused to leave.
He paid for his ticket.
And they
It
were
was
like,
that good.
and they were like, "So you have to go." And he said, "If I'm going to die, I'm going to finish the damn play."
Oh, yeah.
And they
So
finished, and they
good.
continued and finished the
Who was
play.
in the show? Who was in that?
That was Elliot Gould. Was in
Wow.
that production. Trying to remember
That's
who
cool.
else.
It's a cool show.
It was a cool show.
It's a really weird show, though.
So what happened the day that the school came to see the UMich?
We just continued. We just waited until.
Oh, so like the people
So you
left and they
resumed.
came back in.
Yeah, we resumed. Yeah, that's crazy, Gabby. Wow, that's crazy.
That's a small,
Wow.
small world. The same woman who I just said was shushing paramedics backstage. She had a story about when she was in, I think it was either All My Sons or View from a Bridge, and honestly, I got the two confused. They're both Arthur Miller plays, so I don't remember.
That's
Oh,
cool.
Gabby,
Gabby,
so
that's
cool.
very sweet. She said this show is what got me on the theater track.
I mean, sorry, because honestly, it's not an easy path.
That's really cool.
But she knew going in. She was like,
Yeah,
She
she
went,
knew
"Man,
it.
fire alarms.
This,
You know,
this is full of trials and tribulations.
But anyway, she had this story about, and I can't remember. It's a scene where they're the young lovers are saying like, "I love you so much," and she says what she could hear in the audience was some woman like she was that it went, "I love you, I love you so much," like very loud vomiting, and it turned out this woman realized she needed to vomit, did not feel she had time to get out of the theater, and chose to. And I think this makes her sort of a hero. Vomit into her purse.
Yes.
Yeah, that does make her a hero. She didn't vomit it.
She
She,
didn't
like
vomit.
sacrificed her.
She didn't
purse
vomit in the
and
theater
everything inside.
and everything inside. I mean, that story was old enough that I don't even think there were cell phones because this woman who was in her 50s was telling me a story about when she was like 20. But it would have destroyed many things. And anyways, the show must go on. Is really
Indeed.
Show must go on.
Will, do you have any stories about people trying to leave Bear With Us that resulted in comedy or hijinks?
No one like tripped and fell down the stairs, but like they're in the final scene, like people do. It's like the last scene. You made it
It's
so far into the
good.
movie,
It's so
and then
good. It's
it just rubs some people the wrong way. It's not offensive or anything, but and it just goes on.
It pushes the envelope. It's one of
It
those
does.
moments where they take a moment as far as you can possibly take the moment, and then they go further.
Yeah.
And it's wonderful if you're into that kind of thing, but I definitely see how some people
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
are
but
upset,
we
but
we
it's
get
delightful.
we
It's
knew
fine.
we were onto
It's
something when people started walking out, and we would get upset if we had a screening and no one walked out.
I feel like it's pretty extreme to walk out.
See, some people I feel like are offended by much less than what is in there.
Yeah, I guess. No, I mean, like, there are things that would make me walk out, but like, I would walk out for like, just like, really sexist
Sure.
treatment of women.
Or just like really bad. Like I usually will stick it out and watch a movie, but I feel like the closest I've come to walking out of a movie was that Peter Jackson King Kong. It was just so
I
bad.
didn't see it.
It was so bad.
Oh.
Wait, do you love it?
It's like
your
one of my favorite
movie? Oh
movies
man,
ever.
I wasn't the first. I saw like 20
See?
people
Thanks
walking
for-
out, and I was like, I think that they have the right idea here.
Oh, I love them.
Did Naomi Watts like CGI juggling, where she's just like moving her arms like this, and they had
I
it
love
was very goofy to me.
That movie was very special to me.
I
I just love monkey movies.
see how different things speak to
Different
different
things
people,
for
different
so you
people.
can't be afraid of making what you want to make.
Speaking of making what we want to make, let's talk more about A Tale Told by an Idiot. We talked
Yeah.
about the very first day. You had your tats, you had your ring.
Yeah, it was very
Just-
fun. I
Of the business you did, what business are you most proud of?
am I allowed to talk about it?
I think you can.
You could talk about the business you were doing.
I
Is
can.
that-
I really just want to point out that you were like mopping a floor somewhere.
Yeah.
That's really all I want to do.
Okay, I
just
was
want to say we made Joey mop the floor.
mopping a floor and I was pretending to work at. I'm okay to talk about this.
No, let's not say that.
Okay, so
At a place that had a floor.
at a
Yes.
place at a floor, but I had
And a mop.
and a mop. But yeah, it was really fun. I mean, what was so cool about the several days, or I guess 2 days that I've gotten to work with you guys so far, is being able to see how each episode will be so different from each other episode.
Oh yeah.
You know, I'm not sure what exactly I'm supposed to say and what I'm not supposed to say. So I'm trying to be as
We're
limited
full
as possible.
of secrets.
But
So
I like-
this is informative.
I like that. Yeah, I. That's very cool. I think that'll be a really interesting way to tell a story, and also with the ways that you're choosing to tell each episode's story.
Yeah, each episode is in some way, I think, visually different, whether it's in a completely different location that we've never seen before, or it's with a very different visual style.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay. So good. That's
Yeah.
canon.
yeah, and that's
canon.
People are saying now they're trying to imagine where they would film it that doesn't have a floor.
Ooh.
great.
Space.
But what I can say is some scenes actually won't have a floor because they're in virtual reality.
Mm.
Because
They'll have a
we're
floor
actually
that-
building it in 3D space.
And if we reach our goal, we will be able to do the motion capture that we want with
With floors.
floors,
Yeah.
with this human
With
here.
Joey.
Yeah. Please allow me to do that. I want to do
Um,
that so bad.
Can we talk about what his character would be?
His character in our universe would be a kangaroo. This very
Joey.
fancy
His
a
avatar.
Joey.
Oh, I didn't think about that. That's good.
Yeah,
fantasy
right?
kangaroo. We've got some mock-ups for that, which are coming together and look exciting.
Help me get
Yeah.
strong and jump.
We have some mock-ups for if we could put Ashley in the game.
Yes, Beth's avatar would be a snowy owl.
So we're getting some mock-ups for that. The character we definitely have in the game that we're ready, we kind of open with it, is this knight. That
Mac.
is
Cute.
Mac.
Yeah.
Because that kind of it nods to the original kind of tone and genre of the play. We see him playtesting, but what we'd love is while he's playtesting him to encounter other characters. Would be very cool.
And we have ideas for actually having scenes take place entirely in the motion capture to have these characters, because they're creating a VR game company, and so sometimes they need to there's a company that's creating a VR game. Sometimes they need to go in the game to play test it and stuff. And so what if scenes took place kind of inside the game? But we can only do that with your help.
Well, Gabby says, have you figured out how to use the Xbox yet?
Mindy, thank you. Yeah.
Thank
he's
you,
done-
Mindy.
So in our Kickstarter video, you should talk about this.
Yes, if you watch our Kickstarter video, you will see a brief snippet of me on a green screen stage. And-
I wrote mini.
And in the foreground, we have the computer that is tracking my skeletal data and my face data simultaneously, so that I can kind of practice mapping my movements then onto a 3D object. So what we have is an Xbox Connect that captures the data, the movement data, and then we put that onto a 3D model. I have tested this several times. You can see a brief snippet and a brief test in our Kickstarter video. And we're basically looking at doing that on a larger volume, but also with a lot better quality. You'll see it's very kind of glitchy and requires a lot of cleanup and repair, which takes time, which takes money. But that ultimately would let us do pretty much anything within reason in our virtual world, which would be really cool.
Mindy, you go for it.
Haggard, worse-bodied boar.
Boar.
What could
But
be?
not the animal type of boar.
No.
I think
B-O-O-R.
Boor.
which means you're a boor. Which means you're either poor
Or you're boring.
or you're boring.
Boor.
It's gotta be one of
And
those.
and Gabby says, did you say you might try to release an interactive game? So that is
That would be-
that would be
That's fun.
stretch goal of
Stretch
stretch
goal.
goals. Like
Stretch
that's us. What we're really raising right now is to make the show, which has these minimal moments and potential moments if we have the funding.
And this is really like the minimum we
Yes.
need to make.
So we're starting with like the
show.
absolute floor to get the thing made, to have something to present. Then of course we can always make more show and make a more involved show and make more elements like this. And then if we really, during the process of our story, the company does try to launch this game.
Mhm.
And so the question then would be, in that time in the story, could we release something in the Google Play Store or the App Store or something that would be a very simplistic version of that everybody would have access to? Because if we release like a VR game,
Mhm.
you
Not
have to
everyone
have
would,
the
yeah.
tech, you
Yeah.
have to have the headset. But if we release like a 360 video or
Right.
an AR thing or
where
an app,
you could
you guys
then
might be able to
at
then
least
play
walk
with it.
around like what our locations look like potentially.
Yeah.
Someone wants to know, will you ever release the VR escape room for Sona?
Oh, that's a really great question. Can I talk about it?
Holly.
Yeah,
No,
we
no,
can
no.
talk about it.
As of today, the 31st of
Ah,
March, Project Alpha, which is Legendary Digital's platform, is
I literally-
closing.
I literally got an email from them during this saying
Excellent.
thank you and goodbye.
So that the show is no longer held
RIP.
by them, so we can actually talk about the show a little more, which is cool. But it also means we have a little more authority over trying to figure out what we want to do with the show because it's in our hands. So that means that I can actually do something with that game. I can put it in the Google store. It's made for a Google Daydream platform. So that's the Lenovo headset. I believe that's the Google, the Gear VR headset, I think does that.
Is there a way to just do it on your phone
Pixel.
or not?
So not really, because it really is a true VR game.
Right.
But it was
Yeah, right, 'cause
designed.
you have to be able to click and
Yeah, so we designed it to be done at Comic-Con where you could literally just walk, you had to actively walk around and pick things up.
Mhm.
I then had the version kind of closed so that you just stand in one place and you can reach everything.
it's
so that
safer
it's safer.
if you don't have someone
So
spotting
we're
you.
going to release that. I can now, maybe starting tomorrow, I can figure out how. We're doing a couple other things.
Mhm.
But I can now in this next month maybe figure out how to release that in the Google Play Store. I've never done that before, but I'm sure I can figure it out. And then if you have the ability to,
I'm sure I
I'm
can
sure
figure it
it's
out is literally just like
Because
that's like
Brendan
your-
philosophy.
so I'm sure I'll figure that out, and maybe we'll do maybe the next time we do a thing, I will have more information. Otherwise, I tweet about silly VR stuff all the time. So I'll be like, I released a thing,
I'll share it too.
and I'll use the Sona hashtag Sona series.
Cool. Yay.
Someone
Yeah.
wants to know if
it's-
the BTS is going to be released too.
the Sona BTS.
No, if for this show, I think that's what they meant.
Yeah, what do you mean? The behind the scenes for this show is part of the $25 perk. You get access to production diaries, on-set photos and videos that we have already started making. Bloopers. We're gonna cut a blooper reel. Did I tell you that, Will?
No,
We're gonna cut a blooper reel.
love them
that'd be
blips.
fun.
By we, I mean you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
To be
okay.
clear.
There's
Didn't
some
ask you
good
before I
bloops.
put that in there. Well, and I think when we're in the startup house, there'll be bloops.
Bloops galore.
And
Commentary track
commentary track,
when we finally have the show.
definitely Will, Brendan, and I, but we'll invite the rest of the cast, anyone who's available and wants to come be a part of it, and we'll record a commentary track of
Always fun.
us basically just being idiots while we watch our own thing, and offer even more behind the scenes tidbits as we kind of think about what we made.
Speaking of behind the scenes tidbits, Sophie wants to know any thoughts on what you want the incubator house to look like. Do you build mood boards or have any thoughts for it on the vibe?
So the general look idea would be trying to be accurate to a startup house, and they tend to be houses that are rentals that the people just they show up and they live there and work there because it's expensive to run a company, to quit your job and start to do a VR game or an app or whatever.
Especially a speculative company that doesn't necessarily have
Exactly.
money for salaries.
Exactly.
Right,
So,
which means that it offers people housing in exchange for.
and I've got friends who've done this kind of stuff not down here, but up in Silicon Valley, and I've been in these houses, and they're They're very sparse. There's usually not a lot of furniture, and there's the one thing that really sticks in my mind is the walls are covered in sticky notes that are like the tasks that they have to do. These are the ones that we got to do. These are the ones we're working on. These are the ones that are completed. And as you finish a task,
but not hearts.
you pull it from one and you move it to the other column, and it's they have one of those buttons, that like the red buttons.
Oh, they're like easy.
Yeah, exactly.
The Staples button.
Yeah, but it says I think they had theirs rigged to be like that air horn that
Mm.
anytime you complain. So like that's the kind of vibe. It's very everyone's just kind of on top of each other, computers, laptops set up.
A little fratty.
Yeah, a little fratty, little frat life.
Mhm.
For sure.
IKEA furniture.
IKEA furniture for sure.
If you've seen either The Social Network or
Yes.
Silicon Valley on
Mhm.
HBO,
Yeah,
it's
it's
probably
a good inspiration.
similar to one of those abodes.
And not necessarily because we're copying those things, but because those things were based on real things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, it's, but then there are also like specific production needs that we need. Like we need a central area where they can all gather for a meal because that's in the script, and we need to be able to like see through a window at some point and see what's outside. So there are like specific needs that we have like that when we start looking at those locations, we'll be looking at things like that.
Gotta
And
have a
then
window.
gotta have a window.
Gotta have a window.
Well, but a window and the right. There needs to be
Yeah.
a window by the front door so we
Mhm.
can see out the. And there are some scenes that take place in Beth's bedroom. So we need something that looks like it might be reasonably Beth's bedroom, but Beth has very sparse taste, so I don't think that'll be
Very minimalist.
hard. We have seen in Duncan's bedroom. We've seen in the kitchen, so we need
Backyard.
a kitchen.
Some patio stuff.
Some backyard patio stuff.
Basically, going to take over that house.
Yeah.
And film every square inch of it. So it's got to be a good looking location because we're going to be in it.
Yeah, we
a
want it
lot.
to be visually interesting so that you guys don't get bored, because the first 4 episodes take place in and around the house. It's really nice till episode 5 that we kind of break open the world, and that's because of what's going on in the story. But so we're going to use a lot of different visual styles also in the first 4 episodes to make them different from each other. But yeah, I'm excited to find that location.
Yeah.
And then we're going to hang out with our friends in it.
And just turn on camera.
Do you guys think he'll stay there
Stay
I-
over.
at the house?
I think
Yeah.
it'll depend where
Why
it
not?
is. I think
Yeah.
I mean, it might work out. Like, for example, every night we wrapped, I then have to transfer all the footage and transcode all the footage, and then I have to charge all the equipment so that we don't
So
run out
it's
of batteries the next day.
So it's
So,
right
like, if I
there.
could just hang and do that, that would certainly be easier than driving half an hour,
Yeah,
an hour
sure.
to then do all of that, to then wake up and load the car and do it again.
yeah, I mean, we are,
Um,
the crew is always working the longest hours on a set. Crew doesn't have to have the same kind of turnaround time that actors have afforded themselves. And we are the crew, not Joey.
Not yet.
Although what I will say is, and I don't think this is saying going overboard, but I think on anytime I've been on a tin can set, anytime that you've been on one of our sets, we all do kind of
we're
roll
team
up our
players,
sleeves
absolutely.
and help
Yeah,
each other out in a
everyone-
way that I don't even have really permission to when I'm doing like a television show.
Sure.
Right.
Like no one
Totally.
wants me to mess around
Yeah,
with
you have-
camera
Well, also,
equipment or
unions
props.
have rules.
Exactly.
And,
Yeah.
Whereas on this, it's literally like more hands are just more hands.
We've gotten
It's
used
helpful.
to this scrappy way of doing things, in which it's kind of like all hands on deck, and people are pulling their weight in ways that professionally they probably shouldn't be,
Right.
or contractually required to.
Right.
But I think we're all very
Like
used
Joey has to mop all the floors like every
without
night.
not even part of the
Okay.
show.
Yeah, it's not even.
I
Yeah,
just
we're not
have
even
to.
rolling. Yeah,
we just needed
it's just
to-
cleaning up location every night.
Yeah, so I think it'll depend on first of all depend on the location, and if there's really space. But yeah, it's possible.
I kind of want to give away one more DVD before this thing's
Oh,
over.
okay.
Yeah.
So
'Cause
what's
Joey, what's your favorite number?
Like musical number?
No, just number.
15.
Yes, music.
15. Okay, so 12
15.
before. So if you donate, the next person, there's only one of these, left. So the next person to donate any multiple of 15, so 15, 30,
45, 60,
Good math, guys.
75,
and so on.
100.
Yeah.
We'll get this, and if you want, we'll have
Right.
Joey and Ashley and Brendan sign it. If you want, if you don't want,
Or
we can
not.
leave it sealed in the cellophane and send it to
Or you
you.
could just have Will sign it. who
Or I
actually
can
worked
sign
on
it, or whatever.
standing
Write
by.
whatever you want on this thing, but it's yours for the next donation. That's a multiple of 15
Multiple of 15.
feature that I made.
It's really great.
Weird and hilarious,
There we go.
and I mean, like deep belly laugh, funny.
There we go. There's
Mayla
I
says she
like-
pledged 15
Oh
more.
my goodness, Mela.
Mela.
I haven't gotten it. There it is.
She's ahead of
There you
Kickstarter.
go,
There
Mayla.
it is. Boom.
Thank you, Mela. It worked.
Thank you, Mayla.
Oh,
Also,
What?
she did it.
she
No,
did.
she's having a very slow
Also,
response.
I don't know how many hearts you have up there, Mela, but would you like us to insult you again?
Yeah, Mela, do you want us to write on this DVD? Do you want us to insult you? What do you want?
They're literally the
You
worst people
Kickstarter
for each
angel.
other. I think you guys are great. We're doing it. Yes, sure. It's for everyone,
Okay.
Mela.
You ready? Insult her again.
Insult her again. She deserves it.
Oh, I like to. Okay.
We will
Okay,
all
do it.
write on it.
You are a bat-fouling, half-faced Claude. What's a bat-fouling?
Well, a
That'd be
bat.
fun.
You know what a
Mayla
bat
says,
is.
can we all
Yeah.
write on it? What would
Yes.
you like us to write on it? Do you just want us to sign it, or would you like us to write other randomness onto your copy of Bear With Us?
Coming
While
out.
we look up what a Claude is.
Well, I was looking at bat fouling, but
Oh,
I
bat
couldn't-
fouling.
Claude just is like it's like the sound a horse makes when it's walking.
That's a clomp. A clop?
Oh, that is a clomp.
Clomp?
Clop?
Clop, yeah.
Great.
Claude.
Your favorite Shakespeare quote, Joey? Oh, that's what we're writing on the DVD.
Oh, God.
Yes.
I have to pick one. I
Okay.
can think of. It's not gonna
Oh,
be like my.
A clod is a lump of dirt.
favorite.
You got one?
Yeah.
Joey's got a good quote.
It's like whatever.
Zuns!
Zuns!
Yes.
That is
Yes.
good.
That's a great choice.
So I like it. And another one that sounds weird, read and written. Zounds. It's pronounced
Zoons. Well, it's because it's God's wounds.
So there you go. There you go.
Great.
I'm doing 2B or not 2B.
Bat,
But
foul-
2 and
bat
B.
fouling is
nice.
not in here, so I
Nice.
think it means to foul a bat.
Does that mean like
But bat fouling is spelled with a
Hmm.
W, like falconry, like birds.
Mm.
Like
Oh,
fowl.
interesting, yeah.
It also may have meant. So now I'm looking at just fouling. What did he write? To be or not?
And Mila,
Or not 2B.
if you
but
want to
it's
send
2
your
and B.
address,
That's
your
Shakespeare.
desired
DM
address
me.
Oh yeah.
to
I
Ashley
think
or
I've,
me. Did
I
you
think
get the
I've
other
only
ones?
gotten one address so far. Have you checked to see if you got?
Let me see.
I
don't
only
think
have
so.
Caitlin's address.
And you
so
sent me that one.
I did send you
So
that.
Gabby, if you want to, we need an address for Gabby, where you want your DVD sent.
Send it to one of us privately, not in the chat, obviously.
Obvi.
And Mela, you'll be giving me your address anyway, because I'm sending you things.
right, guys? I've done some calculations.
Yes.
So, with how much you've left to raise, which is you're about 55% funded, over halfway there. Very
Mhm.
cool. In the 20 days, that means you only have to raise $558 a day.
Only
Damn.
Only.
$558
No,
a day.
no bits.
It can happen.
No bits.
It can totally happen, but it is going to be a lot of. It's going to be a lot of
Tell
work.
your friends, tell your
So
family,
please tell your friends.
tell your family's friends,
Bunch of kids
and your
have
friends' family, and your kids.
Steal a child,
Simple.
sell it, use the money. What?
I was just reading this chat.
I have
you
the
have
right
you
one.
to write a quote.
Oh, that's a very good one.
Thank you.
That's
Wait,
a
what did
very
you write?
good
Hold
one.
I'm proud.
He wrote one from the Winter's
Excellent.
Tale.
Yeah, that's good.
Excellent. Pursued by a bear.
Yep, perfect.
Because of Bear With Us.
Mm, these are
Um,
good, guys.
well,
These are
that's
all
good.
appropriate for the film. The film.
The film.
Film.
Yeah, that makes me want to do
The moving cinema. The moving pictures.
But yeah, guys, this is cool.
Yeah.
I think.
Thanks for being a part of it.
Oh my
thank
God!
you,
Thank
Joey.
you guys for asking me.
We asked a few other people before we asked you,
Oh,
but you know,
Not true.
Oh. My mouth gets all dry and I can't. I'm like,
The desert mouth.
I'm going.
Dust
Start
comes
speaking
out.
like.
This is actually going to be appropriate to your movie too.
You see the SNL sketch?
No, but I heard it doesn't have a good ending.
I thought it was funny.
I heard
I was thinking it's short and sweet.
Yeah.
It's like things like a minute long.
Where are we in our process? Are we going strong? Or are we winding down? Or what's
I believe we are
what's the
winding
schedule?
down.
I have to leave at
because-
5,
You have to
The
leave at 5,
process-
which is in 4 minutes.
which is in 4 minutes.
So should we take any
I signed on
residual
Cheyenne Jackson's face.
remaining
Nice.
questions?
My quote was,
lightning round of questions.
I would
Lightning
eat,
round?
I would eat his heart in the marketplace.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice. Nice.
Eat your heart out, Cheyenne Jackson.
Lightning round question.
There you
4
go,
questions
Milo.
for 4 people. We'll rattle through them and then we'll be done
We wrote all over.
with
it.
today's live stream, which we're so grateful that you guys joined us.
We've
so
retained
grateful
our core
for your-
audience the whole time.
Your incredible
Yeah.
support
Yes,
of A
thank you
Tale
so
Told by
much
an
for hanging
Idiot.
out
We're
with
so
us.
grateful.
For upping your pledges and for backing us.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so
And
look
for just
how-
hanging
look
out with
how
us and
many
sharing.
People
Yeah.
did that
That's
today.
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool. And you did it all to be insulted.
unbelievable.
What have we learned?
Milo, got
How
your
do you
address.
choose which ideas to run with when it comes to projects and which ideas not to pursue?
I think we all have like too many ideas,
Yes.
right?
Mhm.
Like
Yes.
there's things that will just simply never get made. So for me, it's like multiple things have to align for it to be clear that like, oh, this works. And for this one, it was. I mean, you guys, I think, perfect for the roles and then the production style and having done Sona in a similar fashion and like just your experience in the web space and all that. Too many things that were right that made it seem like we should probably do this. Like, and you like the material. You're both lovers of Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Nerds.
So yeah, nerds.
Yeah, I mean, I have like so many things that I want to make, and I feel like part of the reason that this one is getting made right now is because like there's 3 people doing it. Like there's forward momentum from other people, not just me going, I'd like to do that. And I will get to some of those ideas at some point, and some of them I won't, probably, realistically. But also like sometimes you revisit an idea later and realize it's better as something else or that it's crap.
For me, it's there are a lot of ideas, and when I find something that I keep saying I'm going to make, I actually just put a date on the calendar. I legitimately just say, okay, by May, 15th, I'm going to be starting this project. And if I get to May 15th and I'm not, then clearly something is holding me back. Either I'm not ready to make that project, it's not in the place it needs to be, but then I can give myself permission to go, cool, then that's obviously going to take a back seat and stop haunting me and making me feel like I'm behind or not doing it. It's going to stop taking up space so that I can then focus on the things that I am choosing to pursue. So I would say that that's an easy trick to just say, like, I'm going to start by this date, or I'm going to give myself permission to not beat myself up about the fact I'm not making it, because I don't think that is a constructive energy. Joey, do you have a?
I mean, setting deadlines is huge. Setting deadlines to just be like, oh, we gotta. This is how you just get something done by a certain time. Or knowing, like, for us, whenever we do, live projects and stuff, we'll usually just rent the theater, and we'll usually go,
Force yourself into it.
and you
That's
go,
cool.
you have to do it now.
That's
You
cool.
have to do it. It's coming regardless.
That explains all those improvised shows you guys.
Yeah, that explains all that loosely scripted stuff. No, I mean, setting deadlines is always a great thing, and yeah, each project kind of has to tick a few boxes in like a sense of like feeling creatively fulfilled, of thinking about what potential place it has like in like our trajectory of whatever we're working on, where it's like, well, why would we do that now?
You always want to move forward.
Yeah,
right?
when we either just did something like that, or it's always a matter of like how to make it better, faster, more efficient, cheaper, sometimes stronger, harder,
faster.
more Daft Punk. So always trying to do something that feels like cool. We're creating momentum for ourselves forward.
Cool.
Mayla, I just got your address, but did you?
I got it too.
yours? Okay,
Yeah, I
send
believe
it.
I also got it.
we're going to lose Will.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
believe. So, but if you want to continue asking us questions, we'll be doing another live stream.
I got Gabby's address.
At what point in time? Anybody?
Gabby, I got it.
When will we be doing the next live
We're
stream?
definitely doing one on Friday, April 4th.
Cool.
Probably at like 5 p.m.
Nice. And then
My time?
you can
Our time?
use the hashtag IdiotTale on all of the internets, the Twitters, the Instas, the Facebooks. And if you use those, we can then see those questions or those thoughts or those ideas or those shares, and we can answer
And
them.
mark your calendar now, Monday, April 15th. I know that's maybe not the best day, but it's when everyone was free. Monday, April 15th, we are going to get our cast together to do a live stream reading of Shakespeare's Macbeth. So,
Ever heard of it?
What?
Just kidding.
But so I will
No.
read Lady M, Brendan will read Macbeth,
Cool.
Joey will read Banquo, will read stage directions, Ryan Garcia will read Duncan, and
And we'll give a bunch of messengers and
there's a lot of roles in Macbeth.
soldiers and,
and
stuff to other
then
people.
and then we will invite our guest cast and see if they're available
Yeah.
to do some of those other exciting roles, and then we will, once we figure out who from our actual cast is available, we will invite just some special friends to come read. Special friends, people that you probably also love, that we love dearly, who will hopefully join us for a live stream reading of the play. So those of you wondering, do I need to know Macbeth in order to enjoy a tale told by an idiot? The answer is no, but also let us read you Macbeth. And
And
then,
it helps.
Yeah.
You can always spark do it, or you could listen to us do it, and then
Sure.
go, now I'm making a direct connection in my brain.
But did we get Gabby's
So-
address?
yes, I
Okay.
got it, and I'm sending it to you.
So thank you, everybody, for joining us for this great live stream. It was a pleasure having you. It was a pleasure
Love you all.
insulting you. It was a pleasure putting your hearts and names on the walls, giving you copies of Bear With Us, and supporting A Tale Told Kickstarter.
And we've got 20 days left on this
Yeah.
campaign. A little over 55% funded.
Yeah.
But that means this is the hustle time. So
We're
if you got any
hustling.
friends, if you got any Shakespeare nerds
Yeah.
out there who you go, oh, we could use a good Macbeth, a current Macbeth adaptation, send them this way.
Yeah.
Because it's
Or if
cool.
you just know someone who has like a bunch of money they don't need,
It's true.
That too.
Yeah.
you need it.
bit.ly/idiot tale.
Ella Toible.
Actually, put it in the comments, and then we'll all sign off. Thank you guys
Okay.
so
Thanks,
much.
guys.
This was awesome.
And gals.
Yes. Enjoy the rest of your day or night, depending
Yeah.
on where you are.
If it's Australia, it's already Monday.
Yep.
Wait, is
And
that
we
true?
had,
Yeah.
yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
And we had some people from Australia and New Zealand.
Really?
They probably went off to class.
Great
Thank
fun.
you so much.
Thank
Bye,
you.
guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Share it.